In 1996, Major League Soccer fielded 10 charter clubs across the country, including Columbus. The city embraced the team, fans became ambassadors of the sport, and a passion was born.
That's what I'm talking about! Go Crew!
While fandom takes many forms, the all-volunteer effort to communicate dedication and love for the team with homemade, large-scale banners sets one group apart from the rest.
Basically, TIFO is anything that's visual support for the team, so 2 sticks would be TIFO.
TIFO sweat weeks are exhausting, and it starts on Monday.
Well, it's Monday, we're at Hendocks, and you know what that means. It's time for another edition of the Massive Report brought to you by Land Grant Brewing. My name is Matt Goshard. I'm joined this week by Greg Benson, Morgan Hughes, Sam Fahmy hitting the buttons, making things work.
We talk about how the Crew won the previous game, impressions of that game, and then we cover the game that's coming up.
It's going to be intense, man. I really think that we're going to go down a goal, and we're going to have to claw back, and we're going to win. And because Tifo Sweat's undefeated, Tifo Sweat has never lost.
Or been tied.
Across all competitions, that streak will not be broken this weekend. The rivalry with Seattle is less about wins and losses, as it is a culture war between supporters. The growing popularity of larger market teams and the impression that they are out to redefine soccer fandom does not sit well in Columbus.
We hate them. Hate them. They're an awful team with a plastic field and plastic fans, and they've done so much wrong in the world of soccer.
There is no denying that Crew SC supporters hate Seattle Sounders supporters. There is just such a disdain for them.
They act like they're God's gift to soccer. They act like they invented soccer fandom when they're the new kids on the block.
We're going to be ready. I think that hashtag group known as Tifo Sweat, I don't know who those guys are and those girls are, but I know that they're going to be working very hard this week, and they're going to need everybody's help to produce a large banner that will no doubt help Columbus Crewzers FC defeat the Evil Empire.
They like to pretend that we're not a rival, but I think that we are, and it's an important game to Crew supporters.
How about new?
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcasts. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool, I love them. Jamie, you ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Darby Schnarpus.
No! Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, Crewzers FC lose their second game in a row, this time on the road against the Bridgeview Fire. The panel will discuss cracking the code tonight. It makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Zach Klein means when we use his words. Man balls, they are back and they are thrown about as liberally as ever. Darby, I welcome you back to the show and remind you that John has disgusting genitals. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. David Miller is here, bitches. He's one of the top lads in the Save the Crew communications channel. What does that mean? Oh my god, who the hell cares? On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize and sweet mother of God. A logjam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and Jonathan Masteller return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Crewzers versus DC United, Hang On Tour, the AGS Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood and Urine, and Broadcasting live from the beautiful front room hoot at Endeavor Brewing Company, my name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. Mayor McCheese, and I'm joined, as always, by Triple A, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc, the wet boys at R, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Schnarfus. Fellas, mapaches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo. How in the hell have you been?
Fantastic. Really enjoying the first day of spring finally arriving here in Columbus.
Oh, yeah.
Really happy to be sitting here in a fishbowl inside while the air conditioning
One that feels
goes full
air
blast.
conditioned. It's like kind of cold in here.
Yes, the air conditioning is on. Here in the beautiful front room at Endeavor Brewing Company, John.
Okay.
So while all you are out enjoying this, we're going to do this stupid thing.
Drabby, first of all, welcome to the show. Second
Thanks
of all,
for having me.
I remind you that John has disgusting genitals.
Why are we bringing that up?
I don't know.
He's not denying it. You'll note. He's just
I don't
asking
need
why
to.
we're talking
There's
about
been years of people stating emphatically that they're perfectly formed.
I haven't heard that in a while, actually, so fake news.
Somebody just DM'd a conversation about like them being like having dicks on your feet or something.
Somebody
the other day.
DM'd you and was like, your genitals are perfectly formed?
It's Twitter. I got confused.
So uncomfortable. Darby, why no? What do you hadn't had dinner? You're not eating.
Yeah, no, I had leftover pizza at the office because that's what my life is. Basically, just sitting at the office waiting for crew-related things to happen at Endeavor.
Eating your meals at work is the most depressing.
Oh my god!
Like it's like the only thing more depressing is like living an extended stay America in Austin, Texas, and like not being able to walk to the bathroom because there are too many MLS to ATX scarves.
Boom.
Actually,
Roasted.
I think the most depressing thing is being at the grand opening of the newest stone and concrete store at McCalla Place in Austin, Texas.
You think that
what a great
you think
graphic
that Dave's
that was.
lived at that Holiday Inn long enough now that he doesn't bother to put pants on when he shuffles down the hall to get ice?
Ooh, that's such a good question.
But he's just got that same plaid
And a
shirt from that
disgusting
golf
question.
photo.
Yes.
That just kind of comes just low enough to...
He just walks around with his putter naked.
He probably ties the bottom of his pants in a knot so he can put the ice in his pants to take back to the room.
So sad. So disgusting. Sweet mother of
Hey, at
God.
least we're not talking about your genitals anymore.
Yeah, give it time.
I liked that.
3, 2, 1, clap. All right, moving on to housekeeping. Couple pieces, lads, before we get in the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. John, this is a big day. The first one, what a great day it has been for you. Let me just say it. Let me say it like this. On Sunday night, John, I had a playoff basketball game in my Sunday night league. Okay?
Did you really, though, if you didn't record and upload it to YouTube?
How dare you? I had 34 points. And guess what happened today, John? Just so happened.
How many of those were banked in threes?
Just so happened. How
8th grade St. Ignatius girls basketball.
Just so
It's
happened
fantastic.
to get invited to 10 TV by Dom Tiberi and Dave Holmes because obviously it has nothing to do with Save the Crew.
Sure.
They're
just there to hear about your basketball game from Sunday.
They heard about the word on the street was that I played
34
so well.
points.
34 points.
That's LeBron-like numbers.
That's exactly what I thought, and you are now confirming it. Thank you.
How many turnovers?
We don't keep track of that, Darby. No.
It's like a kid's game. They don't keep score?
You
kind of
keep
thing?
score for sure, but not turnovers.
Right.
So 0. Yeah.
Just the point. Just the stats that make you feel good.
Yeah.
Right,
Points,
right.
Continuing championships. Claps, yeah.
Butt
So,
washes.
no, I will be on the Dom Tiberi show on Tuesday, John. And here's... Okay, in real life, I talked to Dom Tiberi on the phone 2 hours ago.
He called you?
Dave Holmes called me, and they
So
were
is
on
Dave
speaker.
like his secretary?
His lackey?
Basically? Is
No,
that what it is?
Dave
His
is
fluffer.
another
He's his fluffer.
sports journalist at 10 TV. He's they have the show called Dave and Dom.
He forms the
Or
meatballs.
Dom and Dave. Yes.
Dom
He
makes
must be the
meatballs
one that
and
does
Dave
all the
forms
work.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like a line cook, and Dom is like...
He's the one taking the pictures when
Dom's
giving the thumbs up.
Dom's the obnoxious restaurant owner that's really just in his employee's way and wants to be seen.
I mean, we love you, Dom. Yeah, that's what
I
we
don't.
say. Well, we know that. We all have Twitter.
Yeah. What's the deal, Morgan?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk more
Yeah.
about your
Morgan,
your,
why don't you talk about
your,
you? 'Cause
your
you're
grand
clearly
career
checked out.
opportunity here?
So because of how great I am in basketball, they recognize me and they want me on the show.
Right,
and I
sure.
said, great. In real life, the first thing that Dom asked me was, why does John Zidar hate me?
I don't hate Dom Tiberi as a human being. I hate his Twitter existence.
Tell us more.
It drives me nuts.
What if when you meet him like offline, he's really like articulate and well spoken.
I doubt that. I do not doubt that he's probably a very nice man.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
No, he's definitely a nice guy.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm sure that he's.
You
a
just
very
don't
nice
like his
dude.
Twitter personality.
No,
Yeah, it's kind of like if your
No.
dad got on Twitter, or maybe your grandpa,
Yes.
or like me. Yeah,
That's cute. Thanks for admitting it.
I just took a joke before anybody else.
That's good. Own it, and we'll leave it alone.
So he definitely wants to bury the hatchet, and I think, why don't you come with me?
Why don't he come on this show?
No, he's not going to
He
do
can come
that.
on my show.
He's not going to do
Why
that.
is he so opposed to coming on here?
Oh, come on. We know
I don't know.
why.
I'll find out.
He
I'll
probably
find
is
out.
contractually obligated not to come on this show.
Maybe we'll have Dave on, and Dave will tell us. But I'll try to find out on Tuesday. I think you should come with me to 10 TV Studios, built by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace, and we'll get a picture of you and Dom Taberry out front with a thumbs up.
I don't like it. I don't
thumbs up.
This
I don't
needs
like
to
any
happen.
of that.
John. Healing has to happen.
When do you
in
go?
this
When's
city.
your when is this?
Slaughtermax and also John Zidar. Thumbs up. It's a picture for the ages. Sign me up. John, can I be signed up for this?
I will agree to do this if he promises never to seek his obnoxious troll army on me again. That's why he's blocked.
I don't like these.
That's why he's blocked.
I don't like these terms. His obnoxious troll army is like Todd Fickenberg.
No, it's none of it's a
Brian
bunch of OSU
Fantarosa.
CBJ fans that
Hashtag we are the
spent
fifth line.
3 days in my mentions being obnoxious and attacking me.
Oh, try to get in a fight with
That's
fucking
why
Chris
I blocked
Spielman,
him.
bro.
I blocked him, and I locked my account for 3 days because he wouldn't stop retweeting me and people attacking me, and people wouldn't leave me alone.
That sounds very funny.
So I blocked and locked him, and then a few days passed, and I unlocked my account, but I left him blocked so that he couldn't start it.
I don't know, John. That sounds pretty funny, though.
He's gonna.
You guys hear that?
He's
Why
gonna
don't
at
everybody-
you in like 6 months.
He literally cannot.
But he just doesn't stop.
All right.
Like, isn't he still like adding like that Stanger dude or whatever?
He puts Brian Fontarosa in every thread about the crew, even if it's like, I
talked
had
to
a
him
poop
about that
today that
today.
was black and yellow.
Yeah.
Brian.
I talked to him about that today. It was great times. It was grand, John. You should come to 10 TV with us. Andrew Camber will be there. Me, Jerry Revish, you.
Andrea
Yolanda
Camber will
Harris.
definitely not be there.
Andrew Camber's coming back.
That would be nice.
Lorraine Wagner, Bob Hetherington.
I don't even know who most of these people
Doug
are. I know who
Adair.
Jerry Revish is because I see him occasionally
Colleen
on the
Marshall.
news when I go to my mom's and she's watching it.
Yeah.
He looks stoned all the time.
Oh, sure.
Constantly.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool. Good
Yeah,
for you,
let's
Jerry.
go get stoned with Jerry.
I would do that.
Yeah.
If you can promise me that we'll get stoned with Jerry Revish,
I can promise you that straight up, 100%. Yes.
I'll be there.
He can promise it. That's not saying it will come true, but he can promise.
No,
it.
that's not what promises mean.
No, I'll promise you this. We
Don't
will get
break.
high
You
with-
can't break promises.
I don't know about that. Moving on. Second piece of housekeeping. Tune in to Tuesday to find out how John and I hang out.
When are you going on?
6:45. So
are you going to be on live news?
Yes.
Is that how this show works?
Yes.
It's a live segment on
It
TV.
is. It is.
Is it?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
no. It's on
15
the internet
minutes?
and on Facebook. I think it's like a Facebook show.
Oh, this
or
isn't
an
like
internet
a
show.
sports
No,
show.
It's not wall to wall sports.
Is this the thing where
Oh,
like they were asking people to call in and they're like,
Yeah.
no crew
I think
people
so.
are calling in, and I said, yeah, because not many of them are 80 years old, so they don't do call-in shows.
Call-in show.
Boom.
Yeah, like they literally have a phone there. I think
Alex Thomas calls into places. Moving on, we have a podcast about the crew to do. Darby, how dare you? Second and last piece of housekeeping. Congrats to Austin resident Phil West for writing the post game recap for the game on Saturday against the Fire. Good for you, pal. I was hoping you could hashtag Crewsplain how that's going. How it's going for you getting all these Crew SC writing gigs, man. And last thing I'll say to Phil is it's not the Crew SC shithead. You should know that by now.
Yeah.
Right. They have front office
Jesus.
like media guides telling
Yeah.
you how you're supposed to refer to them.
Yes.
You owe Erica $16.
Dude, he owes Erica many $16.
Oh, does he do it all the time?
Oh, he did it like 7 times in the write-up for the game.
What's his name? Phil what?
Phil West.
Phil Goldfarb.
Phil Goldfarb.
Phil Goldfarb?
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic.
I love people. He's got a soccer ball in his name, an emoji in his name.
Does he? That's how you know he likes the sport of soccer, John.
Yeah. Also, Andrew King posted something on a new website. It was behind a paywall, so I didn't read it. But
Yeah.
It's
The
an
Athletic
actual
or
like soccer specific, I think,
thing.
news source.
Yeah.
I've looked at it before. I can't remember what it's called
It's
right
good to
now
know
off the top
he's
of my
not
head.
Dang cool.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah. So
That's pretty dang cool.
It is
not,
pretty dang
not
cool.
R.I.P. in pieces, Andrew King.
I'm trying to look it up real fast for him to give him a
Go ahead, John.
The Athletic HQ.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Which again, like paywall, so be aware. But I mean, you got to get.
There's a free. They offer if you go to their Twitter account. There's a link to a free trial.
There you go. Go read that shit, everybody.
So yeah. If you use the free trial, just look at all of Andrew's links at least. That way, you makes him seem more valuable. Maybe they'll give him a pay raise.
Boost his numbers.
Help our buddy out. Okay, we can stop the AGS attacks.
Forever.
Cool. All right, moving on. Crewzers FC taking on the Bridgeview. I love that song. Crewzers FC taking on Bridgeview Fire on Saturday. Formation, your 4-2-3-1. Zach Steffen in net. Awful Mensa. Josh Williams getting his first appearance of the year. And Fernando Valenzuela across the back. Will Trapp and Artur in the middle. Sanch, Higuain, Martinez on the wings and attacking mid. Jossie Zardes, your boy, up top. Your subs, Nico Hansen comes on for Martinez in the 56th. Abu comes on for Artur in the 57th. And the Adam John experiment comes on for Josh Williams in the 90th. Your goals, Nikolic scores in the 27th minute off of
off of Steve Clark's pass.
Off of one, yeah. Steve Clark jumping like quantum leap style, coming into Zach Steffen's body, and he's like, "Oh boy!"
That was a much worse giveaway than Steve Clark's goal.
Yeah.
Much worse.
How'd you guys like my quantum leap joke? That was.
I don't
great.
know what quantum leap is.
Yes,
Is it a TV
John
show?
wasn't even born when the show came out.
He was like, "Oh boy," and then he kicked the ball to him. And he was like, "Oh boy, Ziggy, get me out of here."
I don't know why we call you the old man.
Scott Bakula as a body.
I don't know who that is either.
Scott Bakula.
Is that like Dracula's stepbrother?
Oh my!
I love me some Scott.
What
Bakula.
else is
Believe
Scott
that.
Bakula in?
Hopefully, my
He was in
bedroom when I get home,
Enterprise.
John.
Did you ever watch Enterprise?
Yeah,
He was in Major League.
He
Back
was
to the,
the
minors.
captain in Enterprise.
Okay.
He was in
maybe I don't know.
Necessary
Maybe I
Roughness.
didn't see that one.
It was like the 2-season Star Trek spinoff.
Maybe I didn't see it then.
There were 3
Has a hot
seasons.
That doesn't
female
sound.
Vulcan.
His face doesn't.
To
Wait,
Paul.
what?
To Paul, yeah, the hot female Vulcan.
No, okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
Season
I didn't
3
watch
is
that
great.
one.
You should watch it.
He just said there was only 2 seasons.
Nope, there's 3.
What?
Darby's losing his memory. Yeah. Hoshi, the Ahura character in Enterprise, Daddy likey. Daddy wanted him yum yums.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
Is it a man or a woman?
It's a woman. I think.
Definitely not gay.
I'm a 3-4 man, John. How dare you? Okay, soccer. We are a soccer show.
You said Hiroshi. That's like a dude's name.
No, Hoshi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hoshi Sato.
Is she an alien?
Ugh, it doesn't matter, John.
I don't know what that noise
Well,
meant.
that's a sound of enjoyment. You know when I talk about Yolanda and I go, oh, God.
Yeah.
That kind of
Similar
thing.
noise?
Yep, take notes, Pam.
Is she going to be there on Tuesday?
I hope so. I
I'll
hope
come
so.
for that.
Yeah. So will I. Okay, Crewzers FC, Bridgeview Fire.
Like
Possibly.
a bunch of sophomores in front of a microphone for the first time.
Oh, MLS to ATX. How dare you, Darby? Don't use the trolls, Burns. They hurt so good. Darbs, you watched the game. Possibly the most dominating loss in MLS history.
Oh, my God.
Back to you.
Yeah, it was. I don't actually even know how to describe this game because this felt like our run. Was it 2016 where we just had that string of games where every time in post game it was like, we should have won this, but things just didn't fall our way.
Yes, 2016 was the year of failure. Yeah,
yeah. You dominate possession. You take a metric fuckload of shots. I'm not a big believer in using the crossbar as an excuse, but we rang a couple off the posts. Things just didn't happen. The
posts and the crossbar play for a specific team, and they've been playing for us this year. Now they play against us.
Yeah. Getting shots on frame, you got to do that thing, and sometimes you have that game where one fuck up makes the difference. That's kind of what makes soccer cool, and it's what makes it infuriating sometimes if you're a fan.
Yeah, you're right. And
there's no reason we shouldn't have won that game or at least gotten a point.
Yes, the better team did not win. That happens in soccer a lot.
I think their coach even said it, like that was a win to forget.
Yeah. Welcome to Bridgeview Fire fandom. Sean Sitar, Darby mentioned the metrics, the soccer metrics being out of balance. We outshot Chicago 21-5. 11-4 edge on corners, 28-8 edge and crosses. One possession battle, 64-36, completed 81% of our passes compared to Bridgeview 71. On paper, this is Crewzers FC victory going away. It didn't turn out that way on the field. Your thoughts?
I mean, he's right. It's a game of inches, and that ball goes 1 inch lower and it goes in instead of off the bar and back out. there's not much you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a nice shot. You know, the margin for error there is real small when you're trying to place things like that, and out of reach of the keeper. And it is what it is. The bounces are going to go your way some days and not go your way other days. I mean, the stat lines are very similar to anyone that was following Champions League stuff midweek. New York Red Bulls had a very similar game against Chivas, I believe.
Yeah,
outshot them a shitload. Had possession, passing, all that kind of shit, and they still lost. I mean, same situation. It's just how it's going to go sometimes. You're going to have those games.
Yeah.
Get them out of the way now. Hopefully they don't crop up again later, and you deal with them now when you have more room to adjust and gain points rather than at the end of the season when you kind of don't have many options.
It's both frustrating and kind of more acceptable that it happened on the road because you're like, well, I mean, you don't win on the road in MLS very often, so it's not like we go expecting it. But if you dominate like that, especially on the road, you want to get 3 points. Drabby Schranfus, everyone's favorite ancient ruin. Does it make it easier for you to swallow because it was like the first time we've seen Zach Steffen not only like seem human, but like make a mistake that cost us an entire game? Because he's a guy that is, I don't know, maybe the best keeper in the league. And if he has one off moment, you would hope that his teammates could compensate because he compensates from them a lot.
Yeah, and he didn't. He wasn't afraid to go back to that pass again, even when it did. I mean, there was a second time where we could have potentially given up a goal because he had a not great a pass like that. But that's still what you want from your keeper. You don't want him to get shook. You don't want him to start doing things differently because he's fucking good at what he does. They were pressing in the right ways to make it more difficult in those key moments. And that looks like that's how they were set up to play in this game, right? If you have 36% possession, you're not looking to dominate. You're looking for those single moments of opportunity.
Yeah.
So, you can't change the way that you play your game because they managed to pull it off one time. So I'm not sweating it. I don't think he's sweating it. I don't think the team's sweating it. You move on.
You say it was a dominant game, and by all rights, it technically was. The stats are very flattering for us. But I honestly, personally thought that not many people had a good game, in my opinion. And maybe that's why the stats look the way they are and the result looks the opposite. But as frustrating and as upsetting as the Zach Steffen error was, I thought a lot of people were making a lot of silly errors and just generally not really giving much of an effort, in my opinion, that day. So to come out of there with a loss sucks, but to honestly come out of there with it just being a 1-0 loss kind of surprised me with how I thought we were playing and how people were performing.
Well, I don't know. When I was watching the highlights the other day, it did strike me we got behind their defense a lot. Jossie in particular, apart from the one that he put off the crossbar, he had one where he got past all the defenders and shot it straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
I think he had another one where maybe he put it wide. Like, we consistently had like shooter versus the keeper sort of situations and just couldn't execute. So,
hey, but that speaks to what I'm saying.
It does, but
if you're a striker and you're a one-on-one with a keeper multiple times in a game and you don't score,
score.
I'm sorry, but
I 100% agree. I don't think we would have lost by a bigger margin. The defense didn't seem that sloppy to me.
I suppose you're right. I guess, yeah, you're right. I agree. Now, in hindsight, now you say that, yeah, we didn't necessarily deserve to be scored on more, but from the game that I watched and my opinion of how people were playing, I think we scored exactly the amount of goals we deserved.
Yeah,
regardless of what the stats say.
Right,
Yeah.
and I don't like the expected goals thing, but I think like it was 0.5 expected goals for them versus 2.0 expected goals for us.
Yeah.
And again, when you don't achieve that, excuse me while I cough into the microphone.
John Zadar has coughed into the microphone.
A lot of times you see people talking about expected goals, and if you don't achieve it, like, you're unlucky, right? Like, your team was unfortunate. And no, sometimes it's shitty finishing. Sometimes it's you.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what expected goals are, right? I mean, an expected goal is a high a high value opportunity that you should theoretically be scoring. It's an expected goal.
Yeah,
So missing a lot of those is definitely a problem.
Yeah.
Like generating them is great, but if you're not putting them away, you have as much of a problem as if you weren't generating many high scoring opportunities, right? The problem is the same. The end result is the same. You're not getting goals.
Yeah,
I
actual
really like
goals count, not expected.
the comparison to the NY. To the Red
Bulls
Bull
game?
Red Bull Chivas game. I watched that in its entirety as well. And you're right, John. That was an exercise.
Chivas is garbage. That Chivas team is garbage.
Yeah.
They were expected to drop out of that tournament like 2 rounds ago.
Yeah, they beat Tigres or whatever the fuck they're called. Tigers.
Yeah.
Tigres.
Yeah. New York
but
the two teams New York beat before them were far better.
Yeah.
Toronto's going to stomp this Chivas team.
Yes.
Chivas
We're going to see
had
the
a
first
long
team. We're about to see the first
layover.
MLS win in CONCACAF Champions
But not the first American, because that will be Crewzers FC. We're gonna win that, Darby.
Anyway, sorry, Darby. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine. Chivas, they did have a long layover in Houston, from what I understand. So,
And they bitched about it.
and they bitched about it. Like, okay,
and everybody at MLS is like,
wait, the Liga MX teams don't fly charter?
they do.
I don't know, but
We don't.
They're in whining about all
Yeah.
of the shit. They said we had to sit in Houston for like hours in the airport.
Okay.
So yeah.
So what?
They usually don't. And everybody in MLS is maybe that's why Landon
that's part of what we're talking about. I mean, did you guys watch that interview Twellman did with Merrim?
No.
I watched some segments of it. One of the segments was, if you were commissioner for a single day if you were commissioner and got to make one decision, what would you do? And his one decision was going to be to guarantee charter flights for all waitresses.
Oh, you know how I am.
That's actually really good.
This guy right here, look at this guy.
You're practicing that in the mirror?
Yeah. I mean, I'm all about Michigan, so, it's pretty great. Now I'm just playing.
That's actually pretty good.
That's just exactly what Justin Merritt sounds like.
But, I mean, I think that says a lot about the travel conditions of our league.
Oh, it's horrible,
If he was in charge
Always
for
has
one
been.
and could make one decision, anything he wants, and charter flights are it,
Yeah.
I think that says a lot.
Yep.
He could have done away with salary cap, things like that, things that also directly affect him personally.
Yeah.
But
that
John,
don't necessarily affect everyone in the league.
The league is losing money. They can't afford to fly charter flights all over the place. Come on, you know this. They're basically 2 inches away from being
I'm not
broke
advocating
as a
for
league.
charter flights. I'm just saying
I am.
I think that's a big signal that away games really are a tough situation, and that it makes sense that you expect draws on the road. Also, Justin, you can't pull off the bald thing, dude.
Oh,
Grow your hair back.
John,
I don't know.
I know you were receding, but and I mean this with all love. Your ears are too big to be a bald guy.
Should he just wear a hat on the field? Should we
No, just go back to what his hair was. It didn't look that bad.
Shaving my hair all season. # shaving it all season. No, you know how this guy is. Look at this guy. Look at this clown.
Justin, we appreciate your support of Save the Crew and saying that out loud publicly in an era where a lot of players are too chicken shit to do it.
Dude, he went off.
Shut up, Morgan.
For real. Save the Crew love that day. He straight up liked my tweet that said that Precourt's incompetence was the reason that he left.
Yeah. And all you players out there, you should take some notes.
Yeah, Will Trapp.
I'm not going to name any names, but I'm saying in
I will.
general.
His name is Will with one L, Trapp with 2 P's.
Right. Justin has not been murdered. He has not been suspended. He has not been fined. The league has not done jack shit to him for saying #Save the Crew.
Yeah.
So nut up and get on board.
Didn't see any fines for Eric Garrick either.
No. Yes. This is an okay thing.
Yeah.
Welcome to America. Have your guns and say your words.
I mean, okay.
Anyway.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on. Color impressions of the match.
Token Republican, everybody.
That's right.
Welcome back to the show, Token Conservative. Drabby Shranfus, we start with you, the 100-year-old man-child. Your color impression of the match, my friend.
My color impression of this match was silver. There's a silver lining for Bridgeview because they played like shit and they still won.
John Clem, Morgan Hughes, and Chris Landis, the Silver Spooners. That's our supporter group.
The Silver Spooners?
Silver Spooners, that's right.
Not the Silver Schooners?
Silver Schooners is a different one.
What's that one?
That's me and Jeff Cunningham. Yeah.
What do you do?
We go on boats. Yeah.
Where?
Well, he gets
any
traded
specific
a lot,
location.
So I drop him off.
You drop him off where he needs to be.
Yeah. Tigres. That's where he's playing next.
Oh.
John Zadar, the wet boy. Your color impression of the match, my friend.
Yeah, it's going to be a dark blue, kind of like a navy blue, the color of all those empty seats at Toyota Park this past weekend.
I believe they have an announced attendance of 15,000 in that game.
Oh.
No, it was 11,000-ish, but it was still a fucking
That's still
joke.
high.
Yeah, that was a goddamn joke. It was funny, their supporter section, what's it called? Sector Latina.
Section 8?
No, it's a different one.
They have two supporter groups.
Section 8's the one at the end.
Yeah,
Sector Latina is across from the away supporters.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
They had a banner in Spanish that says, "I see dead people." In reference to us, we won't exist next year. But there were way more dead people in our section. There were in their own home supporter section.
Good thing Bruce Willis wasn't there.
Saw were the Fire fans in the empty seats. They were ghosts.
Yeah. Chicago Fire. I can't imagine why no one goes to those games. That's the only fucking chant any of them know.
And again, we're not shitting on Chicago fans or Bridgeview fans.
Nope, I am 100%.
In the attendance context, we're just saying that attendance numbers are bullshit. And
you don't have a lot of fans. We have
what kind of butter are you using to do that? A dirty one or a clean one?
Sucked.
Dirty.
Yeah.
And also, anybody who thinks that we should go to a winter schedule is fucking stupid.
My color impression of the match, Drabs, I've been giving a lot of thought. It says to Pam, "Get out of my face with your clean butt. You can have a clean butt. I just don't want it in my face. Don't talk to me. I don't want to see you clean. I don't want to be aware of it."
Morgan doesn't eat ass.
I don't. Why would I do that?
Also, Morgan could choose to not be in the bathroom while Pam is taking a shower and doesn't.
That's true. Why don't you buy her a house and then have two bathrooms?
So it says to
You've
Pam,
got two bathrooms.
I says, my color impression of the match, John, is the color.
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, John. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like the soap coming out of Pam's dirty ass crack.
Jesus.
You see, it started off as white. Ew, gross. I'm taking it too far.
One of your grossest and funniest jokes ever.
Literally screaming.
Can somebody divorce someone else before they get married?
I think they
Am I
can
going to have
try.
the opportunity to give a speech at your wedding where I can play the audio recording of that joke?
Sure, John. You do whatever you want. You do what feels right. We'll crack the code at the wedding, too. Darby.
Yes, hello. I'd like to play something for everyone in attendance.
John Zadar, everyone. Darby, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is divorce before marriage?
It's clearly not butt washing.
That's right, Drabby. They say the only cure for the scourge that is yellow soap, bitch, is knowledge.
And now,
it's knowledge.
An ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Panther?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
I understand you.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, to another edition of Cracking the Code, which was never going to be called Greg Explanations, because according to Todd Fichtenberg, that is now officially like an upcoming event on Podcast for Columbus, which is making its triumphant return, apparently.
What is?
Podcast for Columbus.
No, what's the Greg Explanations? I don't understand.
He's going to do
basically
a segment.
stealing our name and idea?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
He's going to take a clip of Greg talking every week and decipher it. Sad. Top Fichtenberg failing. Our clip this week comes to us from, I believe his name is Zach Klein. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From
City Attorney Zach Klein.
Attorneyman Zach Klein.
Good thing you know who Dumped Berry is, though.
It sounded weird when I said on the intro. I'm like, isn't that a guy I went to high school with?
I mean, maybe he's looks like he's about your age.
I think that was Jesse Klein.
Maybe a little bit older.
Yeah. Was he a football player at Ohio State?
No.
That
guy does not
definitely
look like
Jesse
a
Klein.
I believe you're thinking of Zach Galifianakis.
Ooh, Zach Galifianakis.
Or Chris Klein, perhaps.
Ooh, Chris Klein. Now that I like that guy. Yeah. He played for the Crew?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I drove him in a boat to his next gig, DC United. Moving on. So I says to Zach Klein, I says, what are you doing this week? What are you up to, pal? And he says, Morgan, let me stop you there. Thank you for coming to my office. You smell terrific. You have white soap coming out of your butt because it was clean to begin with. And I says, what's going on with the lawsuits, Sack?
Wait, were you at his office not wearing pants?
Yes.
Why is there soap actively flowing out of your butt?
Where were
That's
you
just
keeping
how
your
clean it
pocket
is.
recorder?
Well, I have a clean butt.
No, but where was the
Why are we talking about
pocket
clean
recorder
soap? Clean
was
soap.
between the cheeks?
Why would you be
Zach's
offended by
down there. He's
clean
like, wow. First of all, weird way to hold your recorder, but there's a lot of clean soap coming out of this butt.
He said, first of all, you've some of the strongest thighs in the game, John. That's what he said.
Did he?
Yes.
Did he?
I said, Zach, speaking to my thighs, and he has the following to say. In 3, 2, 1.
We just took action in our suit to keep the crew in Columbus by filing a motion to toll or pause any 6-month time periods under Ohio Revised Code 9.67 to ensure local investors have an opportunity to purchase the Columbus crew. This tactic enables us to pause the 6-month time period as outlined in law in order to protect investments by the people of Ohio. This will allow the city of Columbus to ensure that local investors, in fact, have the opportunity to purchase the team. We remain committed to doing everything we can to keep the crew here in Columbus. Hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze. Let me smash.
Fantastic. I don't know what hashtag YOLO swag 24/7 blaze means, but, government officials are all about it lately, Drabby. So they filed this motion this week. This week past, I believe. No, beginning.
It was on
week.
Monday.
Well, yeah, Monday.
Same day we did our letter.
So they're basically asking, and what a well-timed letter.
I know, aren't I a genius?
Man, we didn't just...
David Miller gets no credit.
Man, he did not plan that
Definitely weren't sitting on that letter at all.
So, Sack Klein says...
I don't keep my letters under my butt, Darby.
White soap, hopefully, John. Sack Klein says, we'd like to pause. Basically, press the pause button, press the start button on Contra, and we want to make sure that the 6-month window, whenever it is decided that it started, if it started at all, from a judge's perspective, does not run out while we're trying to save this team. Drabby Schranfis, you pay attention to the law, even though you're not a lawman. You would never qualify as such.
No.
Yellow Soap, your thoughts on the lawsuit, my friend?
I think this was, in my expert non-legal opinion, this was a thing that had to happen because, first of all, we know I don't think there's a lack of clarity in an announcement date because, frankly, honestly, to me, I don't consider an announcement date to have been made yet. That chicken shit piece of crap has never actually said, I am 100% going to move the team.
Yeah.
Even in his bullshit response letter, he said, you could consider this letter to be a date if you wanted, but... again, nut up and fucking say it.
Yeah.
If you're 100% going to try and move, use those words. But that being said, there was some uncertainty because, maybe saying he was exploring other avenues was when the 6 months would start. Nobody knows. So
a judge would know.
Yeah.
And that's what
you're making a judge make a decision to cut through all the bullshit and all the uncertainty, and so everybody knows exactly what time frame.
Well, I believe the words in the law are, 6-month intention to stop playing home games at the current, venue or whatever.
Right.
Saying parallel paths and saying exploring options and being ambitious is not by any shape or any stretch of the imagination saying this is the start of the clock.
Right. It's like when Pam says, "I want to sleep with Doran." She's not saying that she doesn't want to marry you. She's just saying she wants to sleep with Doran.
Yeah, and I've told her 100,000 times, if I ever sleep with other people, it will be outside of our relationship. I would never sleep with somebody inside of our relationship. I'll never cheat on you. I'll sleep with people outside of it.
Have you covered this already in preparation for your Yolanda visit on Tuesday?
Oh, man. I literally was just texting Pam about it recently. Yeah, within the last 2 hours.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, she knows.
Cool.
She responded with one word, no. And that bitch. I can't believe it. John Zadar, you've been paying attention to the law as long as you can remember. Back in the day.
I've always said that.
Yeah. I remember when I first met you.
Me and Scott Bakula.
First thing you need to know about
together.
me, I'm a big Scott Bakula
Weekly.
guy. The second thing,
lawman stuff.
I pay attention to the law. Yeah. So, with that in mind, what do you think with this statement from Sack Klein?
I think it makes sense. It's a necessary step if they want to actually be able to see this thing through. And we'll see what happens next, but it's not necessarily it's not unexpected in my eyes for this to be something that they're asking for.
It's not a stay or whatever the legal term for it is, where they go where they would say you can't move. This is just this is them asking for the clock to be paused. Not to be completely turned off, just to say, until we know what we don't know, and part of that is what hour the clock is at. We want a pause button. And I think that's completely valid.
They don't even know if the clock is ticking right now.
Right. Well, and especially...
And if it is, then they need to be able to pause it.
Where's that?
To find... Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, for all the legal junk, too. Like, how can you have the clock running while you're going through the court stuff? Because we all know that court stuff isn't necessarily fast.
Yeah, and if they go with that original date, it's next week. Mm-hmm. Next week is 6 months.
From October, whatever. Yeah.
And I mean, if you're pre-court, if you're, the pile of human shit that he is, your primary tactic has to be to delay. Just like ours is, but his in a different way, to make that 6 month clock, be done. So that he can do whatever he wants. And there is no law to even contend with. So
right. You can't you can't litigate something that's already come to pass in this instance.
They're not even going to think about, discovery, preparing anything until they get I'm sure a decipheration, which is a word, from the judge.
That's a technical term.
On whether or not this clock is actually running.
Just to make sure.
Don't worry, I got it, John. I checked it out already.
Oh, you did?
In preparation for this.
Good.
Decipheration.
Man, you got a lot of time with all these phone calls and butt washings and Wikipedia.
Blessed.
Bless up.
Anybody else got any thoughts, hot takes on the cracking the code clip? It's moving quick, man. This lawsuit, once it started, I
think it kind of has to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure both parties are anxious to get things going and ultimately reach a resolution.
Yeah.
Especially the defendants, PSV and MLS, I assume, are even more anxious because, if things do end up getting halted in any way, their clock's already busted as fuck on this, right? I mean, they're way behind. They've got to be way, 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 way behind where they thought they were going to be at this point. God. So, I mean, something like that would even set them back even farther. So,
the likelihood of this getting done down in Austin is approaching zero. And that has nothing to do with the laws. Maybe it does, but it doesn't have anything to do with the lawsuit up here. McCalla Place is a shit location. It is a shit location if it weren't a toxic chemical waste dump.
Right. It's not a good location for a sports team, regardless of the fact that it's also potentially going to give everyone that steps on it cancer.
Andy Loughnane has said it as much directly to us. Basically, Anthony Precourt is too fucking poor to build a stadium. He needs help from others, outsiders, guaranteed business revenue.
He needs people with actual money.
They're not going to
come along and build him this thing.
To him on this site, which is a toxic chemical waste spot that doesn't have any access points, that is far as fuck away from the urban core. So all of this shit outside of the lawsuit, we talk a lot about the lawsuit, but remember that the stuff down in Austin is getting further and further away from happening. I mean, we're not done with this yet, but I'm starting to see the finish line. And believe me, we're going to save the fucking crew.
Yeah, I mean, they were out of options, right? That's the only option they have, basically, at this point.
The only free option.
Right.
He has to have a free
which is
option.
Basically his only option.
Yeah.
So,
and even this comes with an additional $13-14 million in train station he's going to have to build.
And, like, just like not even just that, but, like, nothing is going the way that they would have hoped. I mean, there's nobody there gives a shit. Like, we hear it multiple times. We hear it pretty frequently from people who travel there or live there or what have you, that they ask people, they ask their neighbors or coworkers about it, and nobody even knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Huh?
It's just like, you can't, as realistic as some of the crew's struggles have been here.
Yeah.
There's no situation where you're asking someone about the crew and they're going, "What is that?
What's the crew?"
Right? People at least know what it is.
Yeah. Every time I wear a crew thing, John, they're like, "Do you play for the crew?"
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I say, "Yes, I do. Of course I do."
Yes, and you also play for the NASA's.
That's right. I play for America Space Program today. Last thing I'll say about this is shout out to everybody in MLS that's listening to this.
Actually, NASA, just real quick.
To NASA, to all the spacemen.
If you didn't know, was an acronym, stands for Nasty Asses.
That's right.
Yeah.
North American Sassy Assholes. Yeah.
North American Sassy Asses.
Yeah, that's right.
Soapy asses.
Everybody in MLS who listens to this, and I know that there are people that listen to it, get your shit together. Let's get this thing done, man. Anthony Precourt is a tragic, catastrophic dumpster fire. Dave Greeley, is literally the worst, least accomplished and worst professional who has ever worked in your league. And do something about this.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody befriends people that turn out to be scumbags.
For their
Everybody's
entire career.
hired a guy who, in hindsight, you go, you know what? This was a bad choice. I really shouldn't have hired him.
Yes.
Just, it's fine. Yeah.
Do you realize that you're like 2 months away from Dave Greeley murdering a prostitute and hanging himself in his hotel room with his pants around his ankles?
Right. And no amount of Michael Cohen money is going to cover that up, okay?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, do something about this before Major League Baseball, the National Football League, National Hockey League, and who's the last one I'm forgetting? National Basketball Association.
You forgot the basketball one.
Yeah, more basketball. Gotcha.
Interesting.
Before, dude, seriously, if this goes on, if it gets to discovery, if this
Lil
lawsuit
Donnie
is paid
is
attention
about to be bent over Mr. Roger Goodell's knee and
That's
get a little spanking. If he
do
doesn't.
something before Donnie gets spanked, because goddamn it, every state in the union is going to put a law like this on the books that is going to be way, way better written than our pile of shit that still might work.
I'm pretty excited about the fact that we just invented that Donnie's going to get spanked, and I think that people need to run with that idea. I want to see some memes.
Some tifo, perhaps, in certain stadiums.
Yeah, I want to see some Lil Donnie getting spanked tifos.
We actually have a quote from Roger Goodell here.
Oh, let
John,
me hear
if you
that.
want to hear it. 3, 2, 1.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Oh my goodness.
That was directly to Donnie.
Savage.
Yeah, to the soccer
Which do you
doc.
think he goes at first, the money or the ass?
That's right, John, the ass. Absolutely.
What color soap's coming out of Don's crack?
What color what?
Soap.
Yellow bitch.
You got anything else for me, John?
No, I'm good.
That's pretty dang cool.
All right. Well, now I feel like the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again?
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
Ah, yeah, baby. No, you can't, Walter.
He approaches the baby gangster.
Moving on, Man Balls of the Week. It's a combination of Man of the Match and Game Balls, which, as a phrase, is too long, as opposed to this explanation, which is perfectly formed, unlike John Zidar's yellow soaped genitals. Drabby Shranfist, the 40-year-old man-child, plus 60 years. We go to you first. Your Man Balls of the Week, my friend. Whatever the fuck we're doing. Back to you.
Yeah, I mean, none of the players stood out enough to warrant a man ball. So my 2 man balls go to Justin Merman and Eric Garrick for both having the stones to stand up this week and tweet Save the Crew.
All right, Alex Stanek, thank you very much. Sean Sitar, the wet boy.
Yes, my first man ball goes to Justin Merriam as well. I think he's probably the most high-profile league personality that's come out as strongly as pro Save the Crew. And then my other man ball goes to everyone's favorite Twitter personality,
Morgan
Giant Penis Dog.
Oh, Giant Penis Dog, of
for
course.
roasting you about your tiny acorn penis.
Yeah, that was great.
Thank you for listening, by the way.
Holy shit. Giant Penis Dog had to have listened to, like, segment 3.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's, like, a longtime listener. When we talked about it, it was segment 3.
Yeah.
Last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever the fuck. Like, that guy listened to almost 3 hours of
I'd like
Aces
to
Radio.
extend it. I know I'm not supposed to schedule guests.
Okay.
But I'd like to extend an invitation to him to be on Aces Radio. Are we okay with that? What do you guys think?
Skype call, is that what you're advocating for?
That's awesome.
Get a
Tyler
little
likes
massive report action.
Well, that's all that matters. Tyler likes it.
Yeah, if you get his number, we can do Skype. We can do Skype now. I can do Skype right now.
You hear this, Giant Penis Dog.
Yeah.
The offer's out there.
Giant Penis Dog.
Well...
Isn't there another word in there?
It's like big.
Great big.
Great
Giant
big.
Penis Dog.
Right, because big just doesn't describe it.
I want to talk to him if just only to find out what is actually great and big.
Yeah.
Is it the penis
Or
the
the dog. Yes.
Yeah.
What a tremendously non-specific Twitter handle.
Yeah.
I can't believe
It's
he's
also
done
the
this.
kind of one that you should definitely use if you want to be taken seriously. About
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure, yeah. My first man ball as well goes to Great Big Giant Penis Dog. And all of your trolling Twitter, Austin to MLS ATX supporter group lads. Let's be real. There's only one of you, and you're all of the accounts. So good job, Josh Jackson. Like I'm sure you've done it. I'm sure you feel good about this. Thank you for talking about my acorn penis on Twitter. That's like the whole point of this show.
Yeah. Do realize
Also, the whole point of Twitter.
that your roasting is the coldest set of takes that have maybe ever been related to this show.
When they're like, they're just a bunch of sophomore guys. The first time they've ever been on a microphone, their show sucks.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't cut me so deep.
Yeah. Most people picked up on that 2 seasons ago. Thanks.
On episode 1, when we're like, this sucks. Let's record it in like with an effect on it that's like a church hall. John and I were bad. My second man ball goes to Andres Mendoza of Crewzers FC for being possibly the greatest player in franchise history. Drabs, and that is it. That is the entirety of segment 1. Your thoughts?
I'm really excited that he decided not to switch it up this week.
I switched it up, John. Did you not hear me say that?
You didn't say that.
I'll edit that in.
I heard no switching up. Yes.
You've been switched up. Thank you for clapping.
It's knowledge, isn't it, Morgan?
No, hot takes. Oh. If you've enjoyed the
we
show,
don't talk over this song, please.
On segment, you're thinking of interlude. Okay. This is segment outro. Okay. If you've enjoyed the great big giant penis dogs on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. You are a giant penis dog. You're the only one that likes yourself. But you're still listening to ACES Radio. That's a tragic mistake. We're coming up on segment 2, Guest of the Week, David Miller. What does he think about things and stuff? No one cares. You are listening to ACES Radio.
Here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, yo. Last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F, man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I want to spin my wings and fly. To all my people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in the precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorance Lot, Shed Lord, celebrity fans, crew union founders checking in from federal penitentiary prison, and all you fools listening on your iPhones that have just bought the 4 Community Kit, please remember to direct message Darby Schnarvis on Twitter at @TokenLiberal to check on the status of your order. If you just ordered it yesterday or even today, you should expect it very soon. I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't already have it. Check in with Darby. He will let you know.
It's probably already there. If
Stop
you ordered
doing
it,
that.
it's already at your house.
Check in with Darby.
And you should ask for the tracking information for your order.
Team at SaveTheCrew.com.
That does seem to always be the case. Like, where's my thing? And by the time I get the fucking information for them, it's been delivered.
Right.
Okay.
On your front door.
Maybe we just had like 5 seconds more patience.
Ah, lovely. Welcome back. It's episode 80 of ACES Radio. Sweet Jesus, we are closer than ever before to triple digits, AAA. You and I were just talking off the air, as they say in the industry, about what we need to do for episode 100. So if anybody on Twitter, which is where we take most of our hot takes from, if you have any ideas about what we should do for episode 100, we're listening. We are listening, and we will do whatever you say, as long as you're not a darling thief. We don't care about what that top lad says. He's probably not great at most things. John, back to you.
Yeah, that lad sucks.
Yeah, everyone hates him. Yeah. Remember when he did this? When he farted?
Which time?
Exactly. Moving on. Welcome back. Okay, so it's segment 2. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, that means we need to unmute channel 2 forever, if that's okay with you, Darbs. Hashtag Darbs. Love that guy. Love that guy. Broadcast school really paid off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program. First time, long time, none other than your boy from the communications channel on the Save the Crew Slack, David Miller. David Miller.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to ACES Radio.
Thanks for having me.
How you been, pal?
I'm doing quite well.
You're not welcome.
All right,
Well,
remember.
as good as I can be since I'm on ACES Radio.
Talking to the microphone, match my levels.
Okay, I'll try.
Maybe not my talent levels. I don't
That's
think you're
impossible,
capable
Morgan.
of that.
No.
Maybe
No,
you
no,
should
it
take
is.
some lessons.
What are you
about
What are you doing?
communicating.
What are you doing right now?
I don't know.
Blessed,
I'm just
blessed.
trying to have fun.
Why are you here?
I mean, he's the kind of guy. This guy's like never on TV or radio, or like he's never speaking publicly. So we can't expect him to be a rock star.
Are you talking about David, Morgan, or Kyle?
Yes. Kyle is head down, ass up right now. He's a little too busy to talk into the microphone.
Yeah, he sure is.
Trash lads.
Yeah, Brian Allen, 87. That guy's great. David Miller, We're going to start you off with the same question we ask of all of our celebrity fans, and that is, how would Crew fans know you?
I don't know if they would, aside from being involved with Save the Crew.
That's an answer.
I'm on Twitter a lot. I have a floating head on Twitter.
What's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is DavidMiller0789.
That's easy.
Wow, that wasn't taken?
Which bot are you?
Because you were born in July of 1989?
Isn't it all the
Born in
Russian bots
March
that end with a
1989.
string of numbers?
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, because it's random number generator attached to a
it's
generic
like
name.
I am David Miller, number 4579.
Well,
I
there's
am
a lot of
not
David
the
Millers
same
in the
as the
world.
other David Millers.
Yeah.
That's
What's
true.
up with your parents giving you that really boring common name, incidentally?
You know what? I don't know, but I have some problems with my name because there is a actual felon in the state of Ohio, the same name as me.
Do you sometimes get captured at gunpoint?
The thing is, we have the same birthday. March
wow,
15th.
what
So
are the
it's
odds
just
of
it
that?
comes up on every background check. I have to keep an FBI background check current at all times.
Right.
You are the felon. That's
I'm
the
not the
easiest
felon.
answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe
This
you.
is a Fight Club
Okay, that's
thing,
fair.
right? Like, you're actually him.
Who'd you kill?
I haven't killed
What'd you
anyone.
do?
Yeah,
I-
what did
What the felon?
that
what did,
David Miller?
What did the
he-
felon that's not you?
I
John
think it's
gave
Grand
air
Theft Auto, and he also broke into someone's apartment.
He played Grand Theft Auto. That's
yes,
it.
That's not a crime.
Yeah, he played online
I
Grand
do
Theft
that
Auto.
all the time.
Fun. Yeah, me too.
Smoke weed every day.
Fantastic.
Great conversation.
You know what?
High quality podcast.
I'm excited to have our first felon on there.
Not just, officially recognized,
well,
Sean.
wait,
I've stolen a lot of banners.
You
Wait a
can't
minute.
vote.
Todd Fichtenberg has been on this podcast.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Is he convicted felon though?
Convicted? No, never convicted.
Roasted.
There's a lot
Alert.
of questions
Darby
there.
Schnarfus has entered the game.
Welcome back, Drabs. Ladies and gentlemen, David Miller. So,
Hi, guys.
not to just you, but to all of the past and the future guests on ACES Radio, when I say, how Crew fans know you, that's just to, like, generally describe yourself. It doesn't matter if no one fucking knows you. Because most everyone's like, oh, I don't know if they would. I have a Twitter account. And if the picture of my face is the fucking photograph. If you know my face, you would
Save
know
the
me.
Crew symbol.
Yeah. Like, Jesus
My handle
Christ.
is Save the Crew.
God damn it. We know your mother would recognize you on Twitter, for fuck's sake.
My mom doesn't have a Twitter.
The answer, okay, all right, fantastic. The right answer was, well, I'm a part of the Save the Crew movement.
I am.
I'm the man behind the scenes when you email media at Save the Crew or fucking, newspaper lads, whatever your email address is.
It's definitely
It's
newspaper
newspaper
lads
lads
at
at
Save the Crew.
And that's the email you use to check on your jerseys now, by the
Yep.
way.
Newspaper
It's
lads
media
at
at
SaveTheCrew.com.
Save the Crew.
Yeah, those are all proxied forward to team.
You
but-
hear this, Tom? Get on it.
for president.
You well, let's start at the very beginning because I want to know all about you. I want to get down into the deep
Perfect.
cracks of the yellow soap
Right.
of your butt.
Doesn't matter what color that soap is. We're getting in there.
Well, we're going to find out, John.
Deep down.
Yeah. So where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Toledo, unfortunately.
What is that? Where is that?
It's the armpit of Ohio, up in the north part of the state.
It's that shitty piece of land we fought Michigan over for
Correct.
like a week, one
Correct.
day. Yeah.
Did
a
we
week,
fight
one
to
day,
give it
yes.
to them?
No, unfortunately.
I should.
Michigan got the Upper Peninsula, and we got the Toledo Strip.
Yeah. Ugh, it's disgusting.
Yeah. It's great. Everyone loves Toledo. So what brought you to Columbus?
I come to Columbus by way of Indianapolis.
That's not the most direct route.
No, it's not.
You should go a different way.
I know.
You don't
So-
go. You don't go that way to get back, do you? To visit family.
Yeah, I do. I actually drive the 70 West all the way to Indianapolis and straight up.
You do you.
No. So I went to Miami University where
Yes.
I met where Darby also went.
What's that? That's creepy.
It's the best university in the country. Where I met my wife, and she was placed in Teach for America in Indianapolis, and so we moved there together. And
You
then-
married someone from college?
Yeah, we're actually Miami mergers. There's a name
Oh,
for it.
That's disgusting.
It's pretty romantic.
God damn it. What house? What was the name of your house?
We didn't have a house.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of,
He's definitely a
you're thinking of
Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw.
I'm not a Hufflepuff.
You're a Hufflepuff
No,
for sure.
I've taken that test on Pottermore, and I'm definitely a Gryffindor.
Oh no!
And I'm comfortable by saying that.
Is that right?
It is
I'm
right.
sorry.
Pottermore.
Repeat that sentence again.
I'm
I'd
not
like
going to. You can just hit that
taken-
rewind 15 seconds.
I've taken that test on, what was that?
Don't worry about it. No big deal.
You said it as if every lad in the greater Tri-County area would be,
Well, they
of course.
should.
To be fair, most people do know what that means.
What did he say? What
I mean,
was it?
I know,
It's a Harry
Morgan,
Potter
you are
way.
older than Darby, so...
It's not true.
No, it is. I think we
It's
should
not.
definitely
Yeah.
start publicizing that.
David Miller, PR extraordinaire, has
Yeah.
definitely been pushing that story.
Captain
that
of
right?
disseminating
Top
real,
lads in the
not
Real,
fake news.
Not fake news.
Except for
Morgan's
that bit
a little bit
about
nerdy, so-
Miami University being the best one in the country or
Morgan
whatever it
Hughes,
was.
43 years old.
That's not true. No. What house did it say? Did Potter House say that you were part of?
Potter House.
Potter House
Yeah.
said I was in
Wizard.
Gryffindor.
You're in Wizard Castle, Gryffindor.
Potter House is
It's
I-
one
I
castle.
work at
There's
Gryffindor
not different
facility.
castles.
No, everybody has a castle.
No, same castle.
No.
Different
What the fuck
parts
are
of
we
the
even
different
talking about?
Parts of the
course
castle.
there are different castles.
Nope.
You can't
Yeah.
sleep in the same
There's-
castle
no,
with a
there's-
rival.
Yo, this castle's real big. It's like city
It's
size.
huge.
It's like
Yeah.
city
I've
size
seen
castle.
movies.
Castle.
I mean, movies are
There's
bad,
the
but-
Danielle Castle. There's
no.
the Hector Jimenez.
Talking Hat Man gets put on your head, and he says,
Sorting
"This is
hat.
the castle that you're
Look at
going
him
to go
pretending
live."
like he doesn't know what these things
He
are
knows
called.
what
Like
he's talking
Pam
about.
doesn't
He's
make
definitely
him
right.
watch these all the
Oh,
time.
I've seen a
I
little
know
bit
Pam
of all
loves
of them.
Harry
I
Potter.
think I've seen a little bit of all of them, and I've definitely seen the end of the last one, which was outrageous. The secret to kill the main bad guy for 10 fucking years of movies is to push him off of a building.
That'll
not-
kill
well,
anybody.
no,
That's exactly how he
not-
dies.
no,
That's exactly how he
no,
fucking
no,
dies.
no.
It's two
Yep.
movies of killing him.
I figured it out. Yep. Harry Potter Castle. You just kill the bad guy, push him off the top of Castle House one.
Everybody,
And,
everybody
it's all
out there that thinks that Morgan's a bad guy, did you just hear? He told you how to kill him. You push him off a roof.
Incidentally, I think I know.
Nope,
what
that's
the
not
last question in this segment is going to be going.
Nope.
Yep.
You
I
cannot
know
kill
exactly how to kill Aegis Attack.
Can we skip ahead?
me. You push him off the tallest wizard castle, top of the roof, and then you. It was like, and then they had
No,
like
you're
the
thinking
electricity
of
fight.
Gandalf.
No. He's he
no,
owns the
he-
place.
he
Gandalf
falls
the
and
Grey
he
or
fucking
Gandalf the
lives.
White?
Moving the fuck.
No, technically
on.
he dies.
So
He's reincarnated as a different person.
we'll come.
It's true.
We'll circle back to Ravenclaws in a minute,
Okay.
and don't make me throw my Ravenclaws at you. By the way, It's a
That's how those
Ravenclaw.
work.
Yep.
It's exactly how it works.
Yep. Don't brush your hair in front of me. I'll throw my
He'll throw his
Ravenclaws.
Ravenclaws right
So
there.
you're from Toledo.
Yes.
You marry. You made a poor choice in college. You married a girl from college. Never do that, kids.
the
She
best idea.
moved to
Do it.
Indianapolis, so you're
Who
like,
was pregnant? Which one of you?
Neither of us.
Oh.
yeah, right. It was you, wasn't it?
I mean, have you seen the movie Junior? It's obviously a thing that can happen.
I have. So he goes to Indianapolis and he says, "Not enough lads to up."
Exactly.
But really, why Columbus? Like, what was the thing that brought you here? Was it a job? Was it another girl?
It was not another girl.
It was.
Was it
my
a guy?
my wife's family is
He's a
from the
3-4
area,
man.
and so we decided that we want to be closer to family, and we were engaged at the time. And
So you said
wanted to move
we
back.
want to be closer to her family.
Yeah.
I love how that works.
Let's just pick
That's
one
great.
of the families,
Right.
and it's yours.
We should move
Well, if
closer
the
to
other
family.
family's in fucking Toledo.
Yeah, no one wants to be in Toledo.
If you're gonna be close to a family,
Roasted.
it's not gonna be a Toledo one.
No,
That's true.
no.
let's be real.
We put it into a hat, and there were two choices, and neither one of them were Toledo, and we chose
Both
Columbus.
pieces of paper said Columbus.
All right. So so how'd you get into the crew?
I
Hufflepuff's black and yellow. Crew's black and yellow. I
No.
get it. It makes
no,
sense.
okay. So I'm actually a person who has never played soccer.
Nice.
Maybe
so-
Love
the
that.
first guest ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
So I just kind of the last 2 World Cups ago, I bought into soccer and got super excited.
How much did it cost?
It cost about $150 million.
Whoa, not back then.
Holy shit.
It was like 25 million.
Was that the evaluation,
Yeah,
or
That was the valuation.
Oh, okay, great.
So the
Great.
actual team part
What
of it was
country did you
maybe
get?
25 million or $25.
Liechtenstein.
what? So no,
You got
really.
Trinidad.
So the
Not
World
Tobago.
Cup
Not
came
the other-
on.
No.
The World Cup came on. And
Was it qualifying or just like the spectacle of
the
the actual
spectacle
World Cup?
of the World Cup?
The World Cup finals, as they're
Yeah, yeah.
technically called.
Yeah, yeah. So like that, the
one everyone
round robin-
watches.
The one everyone watches.
Yes.
I watched it, and I was like super stoked, and was just
What was it that drew you in?
Well, just like
Why did you even turn it on in the first place?
Because everyone else, because
everyone
it's
was
just so
watching it?
exciting. Like I was just watching SportsCenter, and they're talking about the World Cup, and I was like, well, sure.
So
You know,
you're
I've
a
never really
sports
got in
fan
sports
to begin
fan.
with. Okay.
Mainly a football fan before getting involved in all of this, and I just was interested in following up on that and kind of getting involved with everyone else. And like I bought a U.S. soccer jersey, the one with the white sash line. That was my first U.S. soccer jersey, and I just got involved that way.
Good one to start with.
With
Yeah.
the blue base?
The blue base,
Yeah.
the white sash.
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Those are the homes, right? Or were the white ones the homes?
Whites were home.
A white with blue sash was home.
Yeah. I don't care.
I don't care either.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I love that jersey still.
So the 2014 World Cup, or no, 2010?
2010.
2010 World Cup. Okay, so 2010 World Cup happens. I mean, like there were some decent America moments in that one.
It-
That was a
definitely.
great one.
That was
Yeah.
a great one.
Yeah.
And I was in college, and going and watching with friends at the Uptown bars in beautiful Oxford, Ohio.
Oh man, what's the upstairs bar called with all the wood ceiling place upstairs? Max Cafe? No.
Mac and Joe's.
Mac and Joe's.
Mac and
Oh
cheese
my
bites.
god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! All the times. Oh Christ! I love Bagel Shop. What's that called?
Bagel and Deli.
Bagel and Deli. I love the bagels. You know what my favorite part about Bagel and Deli is?
What's that?
The bagels.
That makes sense. They're pretty popular.
Yep. I know everyone's like, oh, I'm more of a fan of the delis. Can I have one deli, please? I'm like, no, give me a bagel. And they're like, Morgan, you are really great at basketball. Remember that?
They know.
I do remember
They know
that, yeah.
basketball in
Yeah,
Oxford.
they sure do.
They do.
Me and, what's his name, Turd Williger?
Turd Wiggler?
Yeah. Matt Turd Wiggler. No, he played at Ohio State. Who's the Wally Zerbiak?
Wally Zerbiak.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Wally Zerbiak. That guy had some great things to say about me. Let me tell you what, David. Remember
It's
that?
so odd how when you're the only person that's communicated with someone, they never have anything bad to say about you.
No, it is. It's great. I mean, honestly.
It seems like
blessed.
everyone you talk to really loves you.
Blessed. Moving on.
I'd
How
like
dare
to
you.
talk to them all. Can you write
No,
down
yeah,
a list?
bring 'em all in.
Make a list for
No,
me.
John,
and
no,
I'll
bring 'em all in.
specifically
I wanna-
contact
yeah.
them.
They
You've
asked
got Wally in
specifically
your
that
contact
I
list,
would
right?
not give away their phone numbers, and I'm
If
going
you
to
know
respect their
Morgan, you
wishes.
personally reach out to
You
team
can
at
give me your
SaveTheCrew.com
email.
and let them know
Here's
what
what
you
they
think of
said.
it.
They said, Morgan, we trust you as a man because you're so great at Sunday basketball, and
It's a weird thing to measure.
we would trust you with our
making
email
of a man
addresses.
off of.
And I said, I will never let you down, Wally Zerbiak. I'll never. All right, so David, what do you do for a living? Because we're going to move on and save the crew, and your kind of role within that. But first, we need to know what you do for a living.
So I work in political communications. And so currently at the moment, I'm working for the Ohio Environmental Council. I'm also working in communications on the Issue 1 campaign this primary election season to fix the...
Is that wacky weed?
No, it's the gerrymandering issue.
Oh, nice.
In Ohio, too.
I know, but that's not as fun.
To redistrict. It's pretty fun.
It's
I'm not gonna
pretty
get into
important.
It. It's super important.
Yeah, like the future of democracy.
The future of democracy in Ohio rests on this issue.
I was trying to be funny. Yes, being serious.
Oh, no,
It's
you're
a
great,
serious
John. This
issue.
is great. It's great to mock the future of our democracy.
Yeah.
This
How
is
dare
why
you,
you don't
John.
have Wally Zerbiak's
It was
phone number.
it's been mocked for the last year and a half.
This
okay?
is why Wally Zerbiak doesn't trust you. All right, so Save the Crew starts happening.
Yes.
And you says to yourself, I have a unique skill set. How did you initially get in contact with Save the Crew? How did you get involved? Talk to me about the early days of your involvement.
So the first thing I did was complain about this thing at work, and I was talking to my friend and coworker Randy Lepla, who's a part of Crew Union, and she was like, you should probably help out with this. And I was like, okay, I guess I should. And then I just went on the website and I shot an email to team@SaveTheCrew.com.
Nice. Everyone should email that.
No shit.
I emailed Darby.
Oh, I totally remember this, incidentally. This
Yeah.
is definitely a thing that springs to mind.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And then we exchanged emails back and forth for like a day and a half. And I was like, this is something that you guys need help with, and I have skills that I'm willing to contribute, and I want to help. And
What did you see that was leading you to believe that we weren't doing something effectively?
well, so
or
it wasn't really that effectively. I was just
seen
seeing
us?
you guys. Yeah. I was seeing Morgan, you specifically, in
Struggle.
the press all
whatever
the time.
you're about
Struggle.
to say.
And you were doing a great job.
Thank you.
But
I knew that there was so much incoming that you
Right.
needed someone to manage it, and that's
yeah.
kind of what I do.
when we had
for
a
living.
sit down with Frank Wigglebean or whatever his name is,
Yeah, well, he's
he
our back.
agreed.
Matt Turd Williger.
Oh, actually,
Terdias Pudiker?
Terdias
I
Pudiger.
did find. I have one of David's original emails.
Oh, here we
actually,
go.
right here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Because you came here
How
to
embarrassing.
Endeavor.
I did.
To
I came
meet people.
to meet people.
Like, to-
it was
to
the
connect.
first playoff game, I think.
No.
Right, and so this.
I think I met Morgan and right as he was heading out for a smoke break, I think.
Yeah, that was
During the
great.
game.
I love smoking. I wish I
And-
still smoked.
Yeah. So David said, "Hi, I'm here, standing near the bar in
Oh,
a
gosh.
jersey, holding a water. I have a beard."
Ew.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you weird alien robot person?
I have a
Hey, you're
beard
the one.
described-
I am
you're-
standing here with water cup and beard
Well, so
face.
that was when I was. We were
Who are
emailing
you
back
trying
and
to
forth
sleep
that
with?
day. Trying to
Yeah.
sleep with Darby, you know.
Yeah, no, that's the
Nice.
thing where like two people are in the same location, emailing each other, trying to meet up. It's
Yeah.
like-
I'm
I was
holding
like,
a
No,
red
there's no one
rose.
else here in New Jersey.
I'm the man making uncomfortable eye contact with you.
everyone.
right. Yeah.
I'm the one listening to Marvin Gaye on my headset. And if you feel
Incidentally,
like I
was
feel,
listening to
Darby,
Marvin Gaye. I was just thinking about Darby.
come on. Joseph's mom.
Ooh.
Let me smash.
Well-timed drop, Morgan. Thanks, Morgan. Great. So you goes to Endeavor Brewing Company. He says, Darbs, #Darbs, I'm at the bar.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a red top, and I'm holding a water. Make me the happiest man.
And I don't have panties on.
I don't have soap in my butt. So Darby was like, all right, you exist, now you're hired?
So I talked with Darby, and then he introduced me to John, and I talked to John and Mark. And Mark was already involved at that point, and I just kind of talked about what I was willing to do to help.
Nice.
I think we talked at halftime, potentially. And then
I don't remember this conversation. I'm sure it happened, but I don't remember many of those early day conversations. So,
and then later that night, I was in Slack. I was invited to Slack, and then I was on the communications channel. And then that's just how it happened, I guess.
Had you ever been involved in any support or anything before?
No. I only have gone to like a handful of games in the seasons past.
I was just going to say, we kind of skipped straight from I like soccer now to I'm part of STC.
Yes.
So how did that soccer love that you had recently found evolve into like being a Crew fan in any way?
Yeah, were you one of those 4 club and country type of lads?
Well, so I liked U.S. soccer, and then we were moving to Columbus, and I was like, so I usually adopt a team everywhere I live. So I like the Indiana Pacers.
Do you stick with them when you leave?
I do. I still like the Indiana Pacers, and they're playing the Cavs this week. So, or in the first round of the playoffs.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. They're going to probably lose. They're going to probably lose the Cavs this week. And I was moving to Columbus, and I had a newfound love of soccer, and I'm like, Columbus Crew is it, and I'm all in. I bought this homage shirt that I'm wearing, which
nice.
The first ever
That's
Crew
how you know
shirt.
someone's a new fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Got this homage T-shirt. Look at me, lads.
Yeah, everyone check me out. I like the Crew.
Look at me. I have this comfortable tee.
It's quite comfortable.
It is.
And then, so I just started coming to games. My wife is a huge fan of soccer. She helped me get into soccer. She was all county in soccer in high school. So if you want to talk to someone about playing soccer,
all county,
yeah,
is that a thing?
It is a thing in small town Ohio. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
weird.
It's a thing.
I made the all
I've
county
only ever
team.
heard of all city, all state.
Yeah.
Well, in small counties in Ohio, that's like
there's no all city, so it's all county.
No, she grew up in a town that has 3 stoplights and a subway.
That's
is
why.
The only
So it's all county
fast food
instead
place.
of all city.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So what county? I don't think that's giving away too much.
Champaign County.
Champaign County. Okay. Yeah. That is
that
definitely.
up?
It's right next.
It's like an hour west, straight west.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. Everything to me is either up and down in Ohio.
Is it
more
between?
Up or down?
Is it before or would it be before or after like Dayton, Springfield?
North of Dayton.
Are we talking like Germantown?
Right.
Yeah, very German part.
Oh,
of Ohio.
whoa!
Yeah.
Hey, that's the coon
Matt Keane.
territory.
Jesus Christ!
What was that?
It's either a Tyrannosaurus Rex or somebody in like a 1998 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 things that make
bumping
that,
systems were still a thing.
Right. Okay, so you were a Crew fan for a while before you got involved with Save the Crew, and I think it's important for us to say as much as we can that you don't need to have a background of like running a supporters group or like even fucking belonging to one to get involved and to make meaningful change.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what was it like in those early days? Because I feel like anyone who's thinking about getting involved on that kind of level is probably a little nervous to like walk into a thing where they don't know all of the unwritten rules, or like there's a unique thing there that they don't get yet, and they don't want to step on toes. So what were those early days like? Did you anticipate it being uncomfortable, and was it?
I'm typically someone who doesn't get super uncomfortable, and so
well, you look like it.
Well, that's fine.
That homage shirt screams, "I'm super uncomfortable. Look at me, accept me, touch me,
accept me." No, don't
clean my butt for me.
Well, if you have time.
I've ruined the question I asked. Back to you.
So I felt welcomed. I remember my first in-person meeting after that playoff game. It was like a communications, like messaging meeting, and then it kind of turned into a leadership meeting. So I was just kind of sitting there like, I don't know if I should leave or not, but I stayed. And I actually, it was a meeting at Rave, and I just started talking in the leadership meeting and, giving my advice. And I remember there were some questions about how we were going to do some sort of story or something, and I just like piped in and I started talking and took on a responsibility. And I felt welcomed from the beginning, and
good.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, and I'm telling everyone that's listening, that is how it is.
Yeah, just take on a responsibility.
I mean, there's
jump in.
so
and
many
grab
people
hold
that
of
are
something
critical to stuff that no one had met. That you came in fresh off the street, basically. I mean,
I knew none of you.
When you think about it, like you, Tobias, Tom,
Mark.
I mean, yeah, Mark. People not even in leadership
Robert
too.
Robick.
Joe, lots of people.
Yeah,
you don't have to be a leader of a supporter group or even in one.
Yeah. You just have to be willing to take on a challenge and really kind of
own
do the
something.
work and own something.
Take the initiative and own a project.
Yeah, I do remember, one thing that you sort of brought to the table at that point. Everybody was like, "Oh, I'm a social media marketer. I'm a, I do online marketing." And you
Don't
came in and you're
imitate
like,
me like that.
No, David was like,
that wasn't you
I am
speaking?
all
That
about
was
like.
me. Whoa, I thought you were
traditional
throwing
media.
your voice.
Yeah, like you were saying, like, hey, I'm still all about like newspapers and TV and like that.
David's like, this shit that isn't critical to my career is not dead.
Yeah,
right.
I focused basically on traditional media in my career, and
traditional media.
That's what the term is for it.
Not fake media.
Yeah,
traditional
like if
media.
you have a certain skill or a certain passion, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah,
like if you're sweet at bowling.
Yeah, if you're
Which
bowling,
I am.
like
Which
start
I
up
am.
a Save the Crew bowling.
You got schooled
100%.
in Kansas, which is the last time I saw you bowl.
I don't even remember that.
By
John.
Pam.
I was too drunk.
That's probably true.
Yes, I lose to Pam bowling a lot. I think it's. I mean, I sit there. I want people to realize that you don't have to have done something to do something in crew supporter stuff. And I don't even like using the word supporter, but it kind of like is how we refer to anything where there's like a group of 5 or more of us. If somebody walks into a meeting and it's like me and Sadar and Darby and Katie Mitchell or Kevin Glenn and let's just say it's like people who have been doing Tifo Sweat for since day one of Tifo Sweat. If you walk into that meeting, which you're invited to, and you go, I have a better way to do it, we will defer to you. If you can figure out how to do something or like you bring anything to the table, there's no egos here. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
You're now the person that does that, and we will follow you. So
yeah, I just kind of came in and said, I'm going to handle the media communications for here, and I was leading a Slack channel in no time. So.
Yeah, I really hope that that's part of the book that gets written is the fact that basically Save the Crew is going to turn into the leadership council we always talked about. Whenever we're done saving the crew, that is what its next form will be. I'm going to step away and just be fucking drunk all the time.
Step away implies that you're involved in some fashion.
I'm
now.
really not.
Yeah.
No.
How many channels are you in now?
I try to remove myself
-2.
from 1 a day. So I'm in 6. I want to say 6.
I think I'm in 12 at this point.
General's the only one I pay attention to. The only one. Is that right, John? Isn't that how you work? The goddamn look of disdain on this man's face.
He is pissed.
Jesus. All right. So let's move on. I want you to give us your thoughts on October 16th. When I'm assuming you were awake, I'm assuming you were looking at social media. If you weren't, talk to me about October 17th. How'd you find out about the Anthony Precourt trying to rip the heart out of our community?
So the thing about being in political communications is I'm on Twitter all the time. And that night, I remember seeing the Grant Wall tweet that was retweeted by someone in Columbus. And I think my first thought was, what the fuck is happening? And my first thought was really anger. I recently in the last few years become a Columbus Crew fan, but I already felt like part of the community, and the team was part of the community.
Yeah.
And I was really pissed at this millionaire asshole trying to take away part of our community. And I was pretty fired up that night. I don't think I went to sleep until 2 a.m. or so. So I was pretty pissed off and just kind of fired up about keeping this team in the city.
Yeah. What about the next day? I mean, because I've said 100 times, I walked around like a zombie all day. Nothing felt real.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that whole next 24-hour period?
I was on social media a lot, sending a lot of probably angry tweets. There's probably a Facebook post where I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
You went straight to the Nordeca Facebook group and you're like, whose fault is it? Who at Tifo Sweat needs to be
why
killed?
is his name Morgan? Yeah.
I said, why is failing GCG bag rooting
Thank
the
you.
crew
Oh my
for.
God! Finally, a guest that gets it.
That's awesome.
Tyler agrees. Failing GCG bag television host.
My first thought. I mean, I wasn't in any supporter stuff, but just in my mind, I was like,
Which
fuck
of the
GCG
Ricks
bag.
should we blame for this?
That's right.
Yeah.
Both of them. Both Ricks, just to be safe. That was such horseshit, that game this season where like they did a bunch of giveaways here at Endeavor and like there were two like big prizes.
Yeah.
And fucking Rick and then Rick.
GCG Big won like
both of
3
them.
or 4 things. Yeah,
Yes.
they won like all the stuff.
And they're all at like the same table and they're like, oh, hooray, look at us, we're winning things. Oh, we're having so much fun. Oh, and then they like, and they're all, oh, we've killed like 100 kids. I remember them saying that.
Damn.
That was definitely yelled at one
That was
point.
Ethan McKinley.
Yes.
Yeah, I've killed 100 of my students.
They're buried.
shit.
Yeah.
Here.
And Dave Faust like jacking off dicks on his face. Oh, I'm Dave Faust, a double dick jack off face thing.
Morgan has been doing the double jack off motion for at least 5 minutes now.
Yeah.
You just
Yeah,
aren't
he's picking
picking
up
up on it
official-
because it's radio.
Steve Abreu will tell you it's my official choke ball. I've scored a goal celebration, the double dick jack off.
Yeah,
how
we
would
were
you
doing
know?
that a massive. It was me and Morgan
Yes.
versus Steve and who else? The 2 other guys.
Michael Sad.
Mike Sad and that other guy.
Yeah.
And we were doing a lot of jerking.
It was 2-on-3, and we beat the shit out of him. And first of all, you got to remember when you do the double dick jack off celebration, you got to first screech like an eagle. So it's
It's very similar to when you make eye
that
contact
the
with someone
screech in the
while
bathroom
you're
in the shower?
washing your butt.
So does he
Is that the same
jack
screech?
off 2 dicks while he's watching Pam wash her ass? Is that what we're
No, they're not directly connected. The screech doesn't always lead into the 2 dick jerk,
Yeah.
but it can.
it can. Yeah. Like if you almost score, you can do a screech, but do not
Do
jack
not
off.
jerk it.
Nope, don't jack off
touch
2
it.
dicks.
Don't touch a single dick.
Remember to jack off those dicks towards your face.
In your yeah.
Yep.
Eyes, one towards each eye.
That's
really.
right. Yeah.
Why are you
the
milking
sound of
them
an eagle.
downward like a cow?
It's the sound of an
How
eagle.
tall are those dicks?
You're down. You do a kneel
Well-
slide, and the dicks are up here.
Yeah, they're being
See?
suspended like the
Right.
guys are parallel to
What
the
did I
ground.
walk into?
And
Oh,
you,
we're suspending them from the air again?
Yes.
Your career is
That's
now
right, John.
over. Just FYI.
Yeah.
So we
If any
the men are
potential
hanging
clients
from the
are
ceiling.
listening,
That's
I'm
right.
shocked.
Right.
Actually, they're probably at an angle.
So
towards
maybe the harness
ceiling.
is probably just like here.
Wherever it's
and
easier.
Just the front is tipping
Yeah.
forward.
To
like
get
they're
the
not
dicks.
perfectly balanced.
No, they need to be perfectly balanced.
But they're not.
No, they won't be. No, it's going to be
It's
difficult.
never gonna happen.
But that's why you
want them. In a perfect world.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
right. You're always working, like David Miller always says. You're always working to get the guy's dicks like positioned perfectly,
Just right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that you
like
can.
you want to get them off, but you're also kind of using the back and forth motion
Yeah.
to adjust their
John,
position.
why are you making
That's
hand
right.
motions? This is radio.
I can see it.
You're
I
here.
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
it's like Darby always says. Like
This
I
isn't
won't
about
stop
radio, it's
until I
just-
jack off
it's
the
their
dick
own
in my
quality
face
improvement
in the best
meeting.
way that I can.
Right.
Quality control on double dick sucking.
They're QCing their jerk off.
I'm a 3-4 man. I'm definitely a 3-4 man. All right, so what are we doing? Oh yeah, Crew SC. What does a crew mean to you?
Well, it's kind of like this.
Just ignore everything that's happened. Don't talk about it.
So, the crew is an integral part of the Columbus community, and I couldn't imagine this city without it. And so, I'm expecting Columbus to be my forever home, and I want the crew to be there forever. I want to take my children and grandchildren to crew games and share that experience with them, because I came into soccer later in life, but I appreciate it a ton, and I want to share that experience with my friends and family. And so the crew means community to me.
Best answer yet. I thought it was going to be Ryan Roberts. I thought he was going to be in the lead, but nope, you've taken over. You've taken over. Feel free to do the double dick jack off.
That was this is worthy of it.
There it is. There it is. Great. God,
wait,
you're a
hold-
natural.
That was really
He didn't
fast.
screech.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm not going to screech.
Sad. Failing.
Oh, that's the line you're going to draw?
He'll jerk the dicks, but he won't make the eagle noise.
Yep. Celebration. Drop for the double dick jack off. Salada Max, you know. Oh man, episode 80. This is a crew podcast about soccer. Last question.
Sophomores.
Then we will move on to segment 3, which we invite you to stay for. How can AGS attack be stopped?
I think you'd have to push him off a very tall castle maybe a wizard.
Which castle? Which house castle?
I would call it.
Because we've apparently been informed
Hogwarts.
there are 4 castles.
Hogwarts.
No, that's the campus.
All right, so the Slytherin castle.
Are you okay? Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Do you think that Hogwarts is the school, and then there are secondary castles that act as dormitories?
Exactly, John.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense, but he's wrong.
It's like the Wizard College.
No, like I get it.
Yeah.
I get why you
You're
think
not
that,
like, they're like,
but you're
what
not right.
Wizard Castle do you live in? Hogwarts. Oh, fucking noob, and like with 2
It's
zeros.
like the freshman dorm.
Yeah, noob. And then everyone's like, "Go, you haven't been. Get the Hat Man on his head and tell him where to live." That's what happens.
They live in different parts of the castle.
Yeah. Well, no, they have their own castles.
The people he pretends to be part of are up in
But
the
is
top.
there a 5th castle that's just the general castle then? Is that what's happening?
There's like
Well, there
an
aren't any
eating.
general students.
There's like a cafeteria.
You're one of the 4. There's not like
and
a.
then 4 corners.
There's a main.
Not like I'm
hall.
an agnostic wizard. I don't follow any of the weird animal religions.
What? It's like before you declare.
You can
a
live in the
major.
cafeteria.
That's where the Hufflepuffs live.
Yeah. Hufflepuffs live in their castle,
I don't
but
actually
they
remember
also
where the
sleep in the
Hufflepuffs live.
cafeteria. Is that confirm or deny, David Miller?
Deny.
How many times have you seen Harry Potter's?
I actually don't like the movies.
The movies are awful.
Yeah,
Because
I own
the
all
books
8.
are
I
so
own
much
the whole
better.
series, and they're terrible.
Yeah, no, they really are.
I bought each and every movie,
I've gone
hoping against hope that
Well,
it wouldn't be like
hey, I
all
bought
of the
them.
others.
Well, what's the point?
I bought
What's
them-
the point then?
What?
For Harry Potter, it is the movies.
No, it's the books.
Oh, Jesus.
The books are so much better.
What do you mean it is the movies?
Oh, I can read. Look at me, everyone.
All right, relax. You and Dom Taberry can talk all about not reading on Tuesday.
We have discussed that. Yeah. Anything else you got for us on segment 2, or can we move the fuck on? This has been great.
I do have something.
Oh, okay, great.
What is it?
I have on its way to me an MLS
Right this
ATX
second?
hat and scarf.
What? That's incredible. How did you do that?
I have a friend who lives in Texas, and I asked him, I wrote up an email for him to send to MLS to ATX, and he sent it, and he got the hat and scarf today, and he's mailing it tomorrow. So I will have an MLS to ATX hat and scarf.
Oh my god!
I'm super stoked about this.
That's incredible. What are we going to do with it?
I plan. They should get here on Monday.
Okay, it's a scarf and what else?
Wait, it'll be
Scarf
here on
hat.
Monday
Yes.
in time for
Yeah.
Tuesday.
In time-
Trucker hat?
The MLS to ATX trucker hat and the scarf. They're both on their way. I think
gosh,
it's the
what a
first Save the Crew MLS to ATX hat and scarf. So I'm pretty stoked.
Oh
about
my god, that's the most incredible goddamn thing I've ever fucking heard. This you
it.
get
It
this.
is pretty dang cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have a trucker hat from MLS. When you have a scarf from Dave Greeley.
Yeah, I hope Dave Greeley personally
like this
made this
remix.
hat and scarf because I'm going to enjoy it all the more.
God, who do you think has to fill those
I know.
shitbag orders down?
I don't know.
I hope
Like some
Greeley
intern
had to put
sitting
this
around
together.
23 hours.
Those guys aren't lucky enough to have cool friends like Robert Rovick and Kevin
No,
McCullough.
definitely not.
Yeah.
That sound you're hearing is Kevin McCullough and Robert Rovick celebrating because someone called them cool friends.
I think they're cool.
Hey, I love you guys.
They're the best.
No, you guys suck. Failing crew union. Sad. John Clem, prison. You got sent to prison.
Well,
John.
that's true.
Yeah. Guilt by association. That's what I always say.
Lock them up.
Lock them up. If you've enjoyed the locking up on segment 2, I've got some great news for you, shitlords. We're coming back on segment 3 live on Periscope. Your hot takes and more. Battle for the grand prize. Jonathan Masteller, Minnesota Twins suck balls, and you are listening to ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With the savage attack in a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping in an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to fuming while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it? David F, man. You don't stop. David. You don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach. Yeah. To my first class folks. Yeah.
sluts, shitlords, celebrity fans, all you fools listening and watching on your iPhones on Periscope. I remind you, as always, that the more hearts you give, the closer you get to seeing John Zadar's perfectly formed genitals. You're making a tragic mistake.
Yeah, you went from disgusting
Now
to
they're
perfect.
perfectly formed.
in
They were
2
disgusting
seconds.
earlier, but sure.
I never said that. It's fake news. Fake news. Welcome back, episode 80 of ACES Radio, bitches. Segment 3, what a rare treat. Bishes.
Ishes.
It's like bitch except with an SH.
Right, but isher.
Yeah. Bishes. It's like fishes, John, except with a...
Drunk college girls say bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, bitches? I'm a drunk college girl.
Hey, batch.
Oh, Katie Mitchell, everyone.
Are you guys talking about me?
Hey, we're playing your team this...
What?
Katie,
My favorite song?
Yeah, Katie Mitchell.
It's Through the Raspberry Patch.
Katie, is that right? Through the Raspberry Patch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan McKinley.
Speaking of
GCG.
convicted felons.
Sad.
Yeah, Ethan.
No,
As
convicted.
a funny story, I had your banner that you loaned me like weeks and weeks ago, but I just gave it to David Miller to take to Indianapolis. So
He doesn't
Goddamn.
care.
Dude, your beard is getting out of control long. Oh, is that right?
Oh, this is your
okay.
playoff beard for Save the Crew?
Can we talk about how leprechaun-y he's looking right now?
Oh, yeah. Put a green hat on.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're looking real leprechaun.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Like Gumby suit? I don't think that would help you
He's
not
got a
look...
gimp suit in his trunk.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Ethan, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is disgusting Save the Crew related beards? Shaving. Shaving your beard.
What?
That's what it is. Cutting it off. Using scissors and then a razor.
Incinerator?
That's right, Darby.
Now, unless you douse your beard in it and light it on fire.
Okay, I'm never going to drink that trash. I know you and I got in a fight.
You have not drank it yet?
No, never.
Oh, we will trick him into drinking it.
I'm pretty sure you might be the last
Just
person.
mix it in ginger
Oh, I
ale
drink
and-
it multiple times at tailgate, and I don't want to.
Just don't.
But I will. We'll spike his drink with it.
Well, no. See, the thing is, like, you
you're
can
gonna
pour
roofie
it in my drink, and that's like, okay. You want me to drink it straight from the bottle and
Yeah.
choose to do it. Yeah, it will never happen.
That's what everyone does.
That's right, Darby. They say the only cure for the scourge that is the failing GCG bag are hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
And you're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
Hey, you can, Walter.
Yes, I can. We got the grand prize.
This is the ghost of Walter.
Jesus Christ.
And Morgan's dead. You want to do your thing, John?
No. What? What thing?
This edition of Morgan losing his shit is
What
brought to you
was
by
that?
The ghost of Walter.
Yes, I can. Like, why would Walter sound like that as a ghost?
Isn't that what ghosts sound like? It's like ghosts and old men, and I can do one of those, so.
So it was just like your normal voice.
Right,
You're like, yes,
yeah.
I can.
Stank Lord.
Moving on. Before we go to the subreddit known as the Massive Lads, I wonder if I could, Alex Thomas, go ahead and read the overall standings. In first place, Aces Stefan holds tight onto the lead with 6 points, followed by Spikehead Lyndon B, Greeley Bad Ideas, and Moving the Fuck On, all with 4 points, 2 points back of the top spot. In fifth, Top Lad Dave and Bob.
What was that?
Bob.
Bob. That's right. Yeah, Bob.
With 3 points. Followed by the Ralph Shootell Show, Gregulator 420, Aces Archive, Hi Darbs, It's Kellyanne, Mike Hudson Sucks, A Logjam, and Pam Soapy Butt. All with 2 points, tied for 7th place. The gaggle fuck of celebrity fans is as follows. Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Darling Thief, what a good lad he is, Spikehead Ladybird, Eric Bobbitt, Vicious Bike, In Love and Varziha, and Skeets McTaz, all tied for 14th place with 1 point apiece, bringing up the rear drabs and getting the bulk this week. In 22nd place with negative 1 point, Bob O'Shaughnessy.
I don't think that's how that works.
Bob O'Shaughnessy. No, Travis
Negative
Irvine did
1
it.
point.
Yeah.
That's definitely not a thing.
Before we move on, we have
It is.
David Miller had to leave, so we have a celebrity guest on the microphone on Channel 2. Introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself in 25 words or less.
My name is Brent Miller.
Brent Miller.
I'm a Crew fan, obviously, by being on this shitcast.
Great. Yep, great. That's good.
Yeah, Morgan Hughes sucks. He doesn't smell that good. This room actually kind of smells really
Fake
bad.
news. Fake news.
Wow.
Brent Miller.
Wow, that's some real good Hotakis he's got there.
Brent Miller, fake news. Sad. Oh, you remember a GCG bag? That's how it works. You guys suck. Moving on. Brent Miller is going to be here doing the prediction thing for the guests. They're in last place. They will not do well. Brent's going to not do well, just like Andy Stanky before him. We move now to the subreddit known as The Massive, where I remind you, Ethan, that all of these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. The top upvoted post this week comes to us from none other than user Yo Gavin Gavin with 6 points. Quote, I snuck into the back room at Brewdog and got a hold of their crowdfunding campaign to help assist the fans owning a piece of the crew. Below are the pledge levels and stretch goals. $1 pledge level. Thanks for pledging to save the crew. Take this message to the rest stop of love and redeem it for one session with Josephi's mom. $25 pledge level. Frankie will stop by your house some random morning with Jeanette the Uber driver and take you on a tour of Columbus. About 20 minutes in, you realize that this was a terrible mistake, much like listening to this podcast as he starts drunk and rambling. It's 9 a.m., Frankie, goddamn. And you can only hope and pray that this ride will end without reading hot takes. $50 pledge level, Doran level. Get ready to hit the pledge button, ladies, and all you 3-4 guys. God damn it. Please make sure you have your Thursday nights free. You should probably just block off Friday morning as well, and the rest of the weekend for good measure. Probably going to be walking funny. $100 pledge level, Lamar level. Only the truly pious of Crew fans will reach the saintly level of Lamar. You will get the satisfaction of vanquishing these Austin trolls to oblivion with a push of that pledge button. So pledge early and pledge often. Now we know any good crowdfunding campaign needs stretch goals. May I propose the following goals when reached will be events that will occur during your Columbus Cruise 2019 season under new ownership. $1,000 free beer for everyone all season long. $10,000, Mark McCullers night. On this night, MLS will formally announce FC Cincinnati will be joining the league and the inaugural Hell is Real Derby will commence. FCC will lose 96-0 as foretold by Lord Guillermo. $100,000 Crewzers reunion tour. Oh yeah, baby, our beloved dance team returns for this one night only as they perform only the hits, such as Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation and that other song. $250,000 Anthony Precourt night. Not what you think. The first 24,000 fans through the gates will get the chance to kick Precourt in the balls. Since there's a near certainty that this game will sell out and we don't want to deprive the good citizens of Columbus their turn, we will march Precourt out to the parking lot for any fans who didn't get their tickets. $500,000 level Crew Cat night. We are bringing him back, baby. During a special halftime performance, Crew Cat will come out and behead SC, because there can be only one. And finally, $1 million Save the Crew night. Every man, woman, and child who has had a hand in saving the crew gets special recognition at a pre-game celebration. From the Dark Lord of Slack all the way down to the part-time intern that answers the team at SaveTheCrew.com email inbox. Awesome. Everyone will get to come on down to the field and celebrate with hashtag beer culture. Hell, we might not even play a game that night, as all the past and current players will surely be joining in as well. Raise a glass and tell everyone you know we are going to save this fucking team. End quote. My God, that was a long one. Drabby Schranfist, your thoughts?
First of all, as John would point out to everybody, don't shit on the interns.
Well, I mean, if the intern's you, we could shit on them.
Oh, well, fuck you then. Also, we know this is an old person because they made a Highlander reference.
There can be only one.
There can be only one.
I have a hunch I know who this is.
Who is that, John?
I think it's Lord of the Shits.
Fatality.
Moving on from
This is
user
the Lord of the Shits.
I think everything is Jonathan.
Yeah,
so
that's
at
true.
this point. Moving on from user Skeets McSeaver. What? With 3 points. Quote,
Is that like if you and Skeets McTag fucked and had a kid?
Yes. It's like Officer Carol Seaver had
Which
a
is you,
dirty
right?
interaction with Skeets McTag.
Oh, Derek has a sibling.
Oh,
Imagine how average they would be at video games, John. Unreal. Quote, is Morgan allowed to play NBA Jam with me, or does she have to play WNBA Jam since he has a girl's name? Hashtag she's eating up. Hashtag she's on fire. End quote. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
Did that just infer that you're like a lesbian female? Is that?
I think so. I'm a 3-4 man.
Did you say
That's
she's
for sure.
eating up? she's heating up. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I mean, although both can happen.
Why not?
At the same time.
Like you said, eating.
Yeah.
Right,
She
that's
can
what
be
I said. Yeah.
Either one.
She can do whatever she wants on her free time, John. You know what I'm saying?
I
As
agree.
long as it's with me. I don't go.
Oh,
I'm a 3-4 man.
3-4 man.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm a 3.
Right.
4 man.
You're a 3.
You're
prefer
3/4 of a man.
You're a 3 on the scale, and you prefer 4 men.
That's right. Moving the fuck on from user Scams 1992. Nice. Second fucking Skeets McTaz reference in a row. Hey guys, Graham here. I couldn't help but notice that you don't have a celebrity guest for tonight's show. I was wondering if I could come in and show you a new game I learned at PAX. It's called Skeet Tag. And it's what all the hip EMLS players were doing in our downtime during our important competition. I don't know if you noticed, I'm kind of a big deal. Alex Steck was paying attention to me all week, and I don't talk to a lot of girls, so anyone know her sitch? Can I slide into her DMs? Anyway, I listened to your show last week, apparently with 17 other people, and John and Darby sounded quite familiar with the premise. I would like to engage in a friendly game of Skeet Tag. However, I propose Morgan subs in for Darby, because he is old, and he might shoot blanks. Fuck me.
This is okay.
Roasted.
I'm really okay with this. You sub.
Nah, we'll let you play, Drebs. Rumor has it there is an Australian rules Skeet Tag started by some dead guy and can only be played at Hendocks and requires saving seats and shitting on children. Again, Darby should play this since he just turned 100 and has no sphincter control. Cheers, lads. End quote. Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
I am honestly flattered to be invited, but I think what makes the most sense here is that Skeet should probably try to tag Alex Steck.
Those are crew tweets I want to see. It's like the burgeoning romance.
I can see it now. You know, she's doing one of those like, oh, it's the end of the day things up on the balcony underneath the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Middle of some sentence, he runs by, just right in the face.
Skeet tagged.
Skeet tag, bitch.
Their relationship is funny, John. Skeet, a very underwhelming and average player in the EMLS Cup.
Right.
Alex Steck, the least valuable player in the Fort Columbus Cup.
It probably reminds you a lot of you and your relationship.
It reminds me nothing of myself, John.
Let's not minimize him. He
Poopy Pants
started out really strong and then totally fell off in the playoffs. So he's the Atlanta United of EMLS.
No, he plays for us, Darby.
But that's not funny.
That's true.
Okay.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Moving on from user Skeets McTeets.
Skeets McTeets?
Which is probably the best version so far.
With 3 points, quote, Morgan, turns out I didn't do well in the EMLS Cup. I was told you had a spreadsheet you could send me that'll fix my rankings. You bitch. Tried to reach you at your team@savethecrew.com email address, but some old man kept replying in all caps with no attachment. I get that you want to avoid age discrimination, but maybe the elderly one shouldn't be in charge of the email? God damn.
I don't think we put down to very in charge of the email.
Roasted. Gotta go. Time to play Call of Booty in my parents' basement with Josephine's mom. Apparently there's a new mass multiplayer mode. End quote. I don't know what that last reference means. Video game, fellow kids? What does that mean?
Yeah.
It means it's going to be a gangbang.
Right.
Is that right?
His mom, I think, right?
That's what I like. I knew that joke, John. I like it.
Oh,
so.
my goodness. There'll be some
Yeah.
weird yellowish soap coming
John,
out of all of our
I remember the
cracks.
last time I was on the video game server and I was like, what's up? And everyone's like, just washing our butts. And I was like, that's what we do here on the video game channel, John.
Right.
That's it.
What did Roger say next?
Roger was like, I work at a new restaurant. I'm a zombie. Roger. And I was like, hey, man. Moving on from user Columbus Lad with 2 points, quote, great big giant penis dog actually has a very small micro penis, almost like an acorn. Wait, xfilesdrop.mp3, end quote. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
I've kind of thought for a while that Morgan might be behind all of this relocation stuff so that he can have the crew all to himself.
Don't talk over this. You're not allowed to.
Wait,
He makes some good points.
Nope.
He makes some good points.
Nobody talks over this.
You're notorious for
And that goes without saying that.
parody internet Twitter accounts. So
No, I'm not, John. You sack of
Oh,
shit.
God, it's Shane Paulson. It's fucking Shane Paulson.
that
that's
piece
what
of shit.
Shane Paulson, you say?
Yeah.
I have a song for him.
I was on
This is a
the
song for
video
his
game
whore
server
wife,
the other
John.
day, and Shane was
Oh, yeah.
masturbating to
I saw you
Darby's voice.
I saw you on the video game server. I says, John, great to see you on the server again. Video game lad.
Was that server where you said you'd be on in 10 minutes and then like 3 hours later you showed up?
Yeah, I was saving the crew.
That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, but they're not saved, so
Well,
you were just masturbating.
It's a process.
Did I get close to actually saying a video game thing when I said the video game server?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I mean, technically, yes, video games are played.
I knew
with
it.
the use of
Yeah.
servers.
Yeah.
But so
Top
are
lad.
like most computer
Morgan,
things.
he's Dave Greeling. Best at what do we do for a living? Both of us.
Is that really what you want to lump yourself in?
That's just the word on the street, John. Moving on from user Vicious Bike
now
with
we know
2
the other
points.
dick that he's masturbating on his face.
That's not even funny. I
Oh
can't
man,
believe it.
it's Morgan getting Dave and Andy or Anthony. Got them both there.
I've been known to do things, John. I can't confirm or deny. Moving on from user Vicious Bike with 2 points. Quote, vicious and vicious. Current and current.
Wait, let's go back a second.
Dessert and dessert, break and break, exercise and exercise, censor and censor, septic and septic, torturous and torturous, bear and bear, mind and mind, advise and advise, accept and accept, diffuse and diffuse, resign and resign, possession and possession, ingenuous and ingenuous, cord and cord, course and course, red and red. I advise you to resign from your current position until you learn to read. Take a course to exercise your mind so that this torturous segment becomes somewhat bearable. Hopefully this vicious roasting has struck a chord and you will alter your ways. Hashtag save the crew. Hashtag dessert. Hashtag vicious. End quote.
That's pretty dang cool.
Darby Schnarfus, your thoughts?
Now, this is one of those hot takes that doesn't work as well when read aloud.
I read
as
it
when
perfectly.
Read on the page. That being said, you fucked that up so hard.
What are you talking about? I'm a top lad reader.
You can make those words sound different if you read them appropriately.
That doesn't even make sense because vicious and viscous aren't spelled the same.
They're
Whereas
not,
most
no.
of those other ones are spelled the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, they're spelled. They're homophones.
What was Vicious Bike trying to do there,
What?
Drabs?
He's a 3-4 man. Okay,
I'm a
don't call
3-4.
him that.
Yeah. How dare you? You know I'm a girls only. What is that?
He's gonna check his sheet to see what he is.
Hashtag definitely only girls. I'm a 3-4 man, not gay at all.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Not a
call me
homophone at all.
Yeah.
Okay, it says it right there.
You are the most homophonic person in this entire podcast.
John, what does that say?
No, you're
definitely a 3-4 man.
Definitely no
And it
girls.
says definitely
a
a 3.
I'll take
remember?
between 3 and 4 men.
Slash ends the hashtag.
Right. Why would you talk about my
Definitely
parlophone
a
like
3.
that? I can't believe it. Your thoughts, Darby?
I think you might. Part of it might get erased. I don't know.
No, I can still read it. Moving on from user Skeets. Oh, shit. Quote, 369, damn Pam's fine. Hoping she wash her butt one more time.
I think this might have been a song.
It is. It's Skeet. God damn it. Get soap. Get soap. To the shower door, to the wall, to that wall. Mendoza's got all my man balls. Man balls. To all those bitches crawl. To all the skeet, motherfucker. Oh, skeet, goddamn. Skeet, motherfucker. Skeet, goddamn. End quote.
He approaches the baby gangster.
John Zadar, your thoughts?
That was made a lot better by the way you read it.
Yeah.
For once.
I shouldn't rap. I should never rap.
You are straight up whiter than the whitest.
Drabby
white man.
Shranfus, your thoughts?
Yep, that was it.
Is that it?
Crack ass cracker.
Moving on from user Skeeter McGowan.
Well,
Okay.
we found this week's theme.
The fuck.
I love it. Skeets McTaz, what a rare treat. With 3 points, quote, thank you, Darby, but Kellyanne is in another castle. It is.
Morgan's not going to
Oh, Hufflepuff Castle? Which castle?
Well, I don't know. Tune in to find out, John.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
It is dangerous to run in Columbus alone. Zadar, take this. Insert picture of Walter. Morgan tries scarf throwing. It is not very effective. Darby has died of dysentery. End quote.
Morgan? How many references in that hot take did you understand?
Well, there was a Super Mario Twins.
No, you know that. You changed it to pretend that you don't. Yeah. You
Mario
started
Twins.
right, and then you were like, oh shit, I gave myself away.
It's called Mario Twins. There was a Legend of Zelda reference, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Darby has died of dysentery is obviously Oregon Trail. I don't know the scarf throwing one because I'm really good at throwing stuff. So what's that?
He actually knew 3 of the 4.
Pokemans?
Yeah.
It is not very effective?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never seen Pokemans. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
I feel like that just kind of proves what we said earlier about you actually being the oldest one on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got all the old video games.
You've never seen Pokemans, Darby. Shut up.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah.
But I recognize
Don't pretend like you know what
He
that
knows
is.
what a Pokemans is, though.
Yeah.
I know what a Pokemans is, too.
What is it?
It's a video game thing. Possibly. It's a video game that was also a TV show.
Okay.
That you can.
You're not wrong.
Thank you,
I mean,
John.
it's where you take a ball and you go like this.
Yeah, no, that's a double jig.
Well, no, I mean, you do something to the balls, but they're not really that involved.
You get somebody
They're
else
kind
to
of
hold the
slapping
balls.
against your forearms.
Okay.
Just
So
like,
does somebody else hold the balls and then you do the jerk off motion?
no. That's
It's not like
a different
team thing,
celebration.
But there's team Pokemons, right?
No.
How about news?
No, there's
Moving
team
on.
Rocket.
From user Great Big Giant Penis Dog.
Oh, shit.
Quote, incoherent nonsense.
Morgan Hughes
Whoop.
has pressed an incorrect
That's
button.
very accurate. End quote.
Wait, what was that username?
Gate Big Giant Penis Dog. Is that right? Gate Big?
Gate?
Response from user Zappalicious.
Gate?
Quote, what's a gate?
Response from your Gavin is showing. I'd also like to know, but not like to know about the rest of that username. Your Gavin is showing must not be on Twitter because Great Big Giant Penis Dog is a rare treat, John. Moving on from user Your Gavin is showing with 1 point, quote, bathroom hand dryers suck up fecal matter and sprays it on your hands, new study reports. This means that Anthony Precourt has something in common with hand dryers, end quote. Brent Miller, your thoughts?
I mean, Anthony Precourt is a piece of shit, so that might be Otaki.
That's true. We actually have a quote from Anthony Precourt here, 3, 2, 1.
So,
Nope.
so how about
There
I
it is.
come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
Oh, my God.
We should be nicer to Anthony Precourt because he doesn't blow shit on anybody's hands. He just sucks shit.
Hold on to your butts.
Moving on. From user Darling Thief, what a good lad he is with 1 point. Quote, I'm so fucking Dunyan rings with this Mida multi-tool meta in the ACES radio thread. Hashtag parallel pass to blood points. Hashtag destiny joke. Hashtag darbs. Hashtag rage quit. End quote. What? Sean Sitar, what do those things mean?
It's some Destiny thing. I know what it is, but that game sucks.
Drabs, what does it mean?
It's a video game. The Mida multi-tool is a gun, and it's one of the best guns in the game.
It's the best thing in a bad game.
It's not a bad game.
I have the second one.
Don't.
I have both.
Please don't talk
Is this
about
the
this.
thing?
Two bad decisions.
Yeah, no.
Please don't talk about this.
I mean,
That's
I got
pretty dang
tired
cool.
of the second one a lot faster than the first one because it's basically
Oh,
the
dude,
first
me too.
one all over again.
The second one, I was
Right.
like, why am I playing
I'm on to
this?
Far
Well, it's like
Cry
once
5
you did
now.
that, then you
already
had to
beat
get the Pokemans.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I don't think you...
Yeah, and then
How far
every
am I gonna
time
have
you
to walk
rescue
for
the
this
princess,
Pokemon?
she's
Right.
in another castle.
Yeah.
It's just repetitive.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of walking for Pokemon level 2. I always say that. Moving on from user Logjam with 1 point. Quote, did you hear Morgan say it during the intro? Top of the standings, bitches. End quote.
I'm outstanding. I'm intolerable. Everybody go listen to ACES Radio instead. It's going to be awesome.
Darby Snarfus, your thoughts?
I mean, a logjam was not at the top of the standings.
All right. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. From user Greeley Bad Ideas. With 1 point, quote, DG gets to work at ECPR, heads straight to the shitter. His inner monologue begins. Man, nothing like getting paid to poop, am I right? Better make a loud, quick phone call. Yes, ADT, I'd like to buy your most intense security package for my condo at the Domain. Can't be too careful. I always wondered if I could reach my wiener with my mouth. Strokes it, bends over, falls, and gets poop residue on his shirt. Oops. LOL. This is just like at home. I better hurry up and get back to work. Definitely not going to wipe or wash my hands. Ain't nobody got time for that. Dave Greeley gets to cubicle, surfs internet for great deals on tasers. End quote.
What? Who was that again? Hold on, who was
Just fucking snort.
Who just... What the actual fuck? My mic stand broke in a new way.
Congratulations, really bad ideas.
I'm really
you
liking
broke the
this.
fucking podcast.
I'm really
today.
starting to enjoy Dave Greeley Bad Ideas. Like, I get it now. It's just like Dave Greeley always doing things that are like,
That are
just
terrible.
not great.
Yeah, right.
I didn't get it at first, John. It took me 8
It's good.
weeks. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Moving on. From user Freddie Ballkicker with score hidden. Quote, hello, lads. Still don't have any real hot takes, but I figured there weren't enough of these for John. Here you go, wetness. Also, congrats to Morgan on being elected President of Ohio. End quote. Yep, Morgan Hughes, President of Ohio, elected in a real magazine, Slonomax. That's right. I've been elected
President of Columbus by a magazine called 614 Community College.
Nope. 614 Community College.
Daily. The weekly roundtable.
Do you know? Do you know either of the words in the title of the magazine?
That's right, John. It was a magazine. And they elected me President of Columbus. A lot of bets.
Who did this hot take?
The Blue Jackets are going to win the cup.
That's not what I had.
Freddie Ball Kicker.
Brittany Ball Kicker?
Freddie.
Oh.
Yep, Brittany Ball Kicker.
For the record,
I
the
got
Blue
it.
Jackets are actually fucking losing right now.
Oh, what's the score?
It's 2-1.
They were losing 2-0 when we started.
Hey,
the
we
segment,
scored.
So
that
that's
sounds
good.
like we need a reset.
It's only second
This
period.
is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
God, how is that guy? I miss him.
I know. Episode 100 guest Chris Doran.
Yes.
Goddamn right, John. Moving on from user ACES Stefan with 1 point, quote,
That's how I feel about him, too.
Seth Jones just booed us. Since the humor of this book on tape podcast thing has fully regressed to toilet humor, I've departed from the usual Stefan post to talk about what kind of fart you'd each be if you were a fart. The high-pitched hues, a fart that you had hoped was silent, but ended up as loud as a B.B. King trumpet, but off-key and squeaky because Morgan is no good at the trumpet, can be smelt by everyone you know. The deadly Darby. Here we go. No warning, no caring, straight pride, and foul enough to wake the dead. When you're old, you just don't care anymore. In fact, the more appalling, the more you own it. Also smells like sushi. Sweet Jesus, roasted. The zesty Zadar. Just when you didn't think this fart would come out, it hits you 20 minutes late. It then leaves a nasty, visible scent trail all around Westerville. The Dom Tiberi. What a great follow-up. Like a high wire act with no net and smells like meatballs passed in the general direction of some guy named John Zadar. The Dank Doran. Very loud, full of earth-shaking bass, yet smells manly like mahogany. Most people enjoy his farts. The massive report. You'll wish this was just a fart. It actually came out as full-on diarrhea. Extra runny and gross. Thankfully, it was only while you were at home on a call. And finally, the Benson Blast. The fart that comes out before the magic poop. Lots and lots of poop. This fart is brought to you by the Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburgers. End quote.
Boom. Roasted.
Brent, your thoughts?
I've actually never listened to the Massive Report podcast, so I feel like I can.
Yep, that's the right choice.
Yeah, I'll clap for that.
Absolutely. It's a conference call. You don't want to listen to it? Free conference call to porter.com. Use the code Ralph25.
Do we want to call in the failing host of Massive Report?
Oh, yeah. Is he here?
And, yeah, potentially...
God, that guy, I hate him.
Patrick Herpes.
Oh, they're both here?
They're both here.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We got
Bart actually left? Oh.
GCG bag overload. Bart Logan. You've been played off.
Bart Logan.
Get out of here.
Got him.
Roasted.
Moving on from user Skeets Tizzle McTazzle with 1 point. Quote, up, down, left, right, BA, start. Hashtag fart night. Hashtag power glove of love. End quote. Drabby Shranfist, your thoughts?
Did somebody just put that up? Because
Probably.
You made the Contra reference. Oh, wait, no.
No, it was 4
Nobody's
hours
heard
ago.
this yet. That's right, because this is not live radio. Shit.
Yeah, that wasn't the entire Contra code, by the way. Skeet Tizzle McTazzle, you fail again.
Where'd he stop?
Well, it's up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
No, I know the whole
Well,
thing.
select
What
start
did
is
he
if
do?
you're playing two players.
Yeah, who's not playing two players?
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying. But the BA, you need two BAs.
This is why Skeet Tizzle McTazzle didn't win the ELMS Cup.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck boy.
Yeah, if he'd have put the Contra code in, he would have blown everybody away.
Goddamn right.
Just do it!
Moving on from user Darby's fan club with 1 point. Quote, hi Darby, hope your day is going well. Before you get too excited about having a fan club, you should know that we're actually just a Kellyanne fan club. She wanted us to help you make sure you feel special. So even though we think you're way too old for her and that she could do better, she seems to be happy with you and we do whatever she wants. Hashtag long live Kellyanne and Darby. Hashtag Derbs. End quote. Yup. Hashtag Derbs. Long live Kellyanne. Having sex with Darby Shaft in real life. I'm using your actual name because I want it to happen.
I mean, doesn't her husband, hate her?
Yes.
Doesn't everybody
Is he
else?
alive?
I mean,
Drabby Shranfist, your thoughts? You have a fan club now. Now we hear.
Yeah.
We hear. We ready.
Yeah, we start at the bottom. Woo.
God, I hate this podcast so much.
Yeah. Moving on from user Ace's archive with 1 point. Quote,
I've listened to every second of Aces Radio so far, 11 episodes totaling 21 hours and 22 minutes. If this week's episode reaches 2 hours and 38 minutes, I and any other avid listener will have officially wasted one full day of our lives. Hashtag duckbutter, hashtag shitlords, hashtag throwback Thursday, end quote.
Believe that.
Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
Fucking losers.
Yeah. So if you extrapolate that out, incidentally, 12 episodes basically took an entire day.
Yeah.
That means at this point, anybody who's listened to every episode has lost a week of their life.
Sweet Jesus.
Wow.
I can't believe they've done this. Moving on from user Baby Kamara Hands.
Ew, what's that mean? Wait, Baby Kamara Hands?
Baby Kamara
Like Baby
Hands.
Kamara? Baby come on her
Or
hands.
Baby hands.
Has the following to say. Everything's black. I can't see anything. I can't feel anything. My father is so irresponsible. Please help me. End quote. What? Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
Is that supposed to be Ola's kid or Kai's kid? Surely Kai's, right?
Probably Kai's.
Also weird. It makes me uncomfortable.
Stank Lord.
Moving the fuck on.
It's not funny. It's probably him.
From user moving the fuck on. With 1 point. Okay, here's the karaoke for this week. All right.
Oh, I thought you did it already.
Nah, unfortunately not. Meet Greeley, 53 years old. Fed up with life and the way things are going, he decides to rob the crew. But in Austin, he has a sudden change of heart, and suddenly, his conscience comes into play. All right, stop. Now, before you bid adieu and see through to screw the crew, you better think of the consequence. I'm your motherfucking conscience. That's nonsense. Go in and gaffle the team and run to your Austin crib and make up a fan base and numbers that sound big. Tell Stin you need a place to play. You'll be mocked for days if you put turf on garbage and razor blades. Yeah, but if it all goes through like it's supposed to, the whole world knows you, and they'll expose you. Think about it. Before you screw the crew, first look at Darby Schnarfus. He's older than George Burns. Fuck that. Do that shit. Steal that bitch. Can you afford to blow this shit? Are you that rich? Why do you give a fuck if this team dies, you snake-ass bitch? You really think Garber gives a fuck about those kids? Man, don't do it. It's not worth the metrics, not over this shit. Drop the brisket. Don't even listen to Tony, yo. He's bad for you. You know what, Dave? Hashtag save the crew. This is a rap song.
I'm confused, but I didn't hate it.
Well, Morgan did both parts.
I was going to say, I sensed that it was a back and forth, and it made it very confusing when there was only one voice.
Yeah, you really should have worked on the Eminem voice.
I could have done it with you.
Go ahead, John. Do your thing.
No.
Not that. That's not how this works. Nope. Don't clean your... God damn it. Don't clean your butt, please.
You got to keep going till the soap turns white.
Or red.
No.
Don't clean it until it gets red. Jesus Christ.
God, Darby. The fuck? This is why we have to keep you in diapers.
Oh, we need to move on from this one. Quote, from user when Aces Radio was good with 0 points.
When
Quote,
was that?
I don't know.
That's why it has 0 points.
Yes. Episode 1, John Zadar. Pam actually moved. I thought she might be dead, but she hopped up and she did a little number on that pull of hers. Morgan Hughes. Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed that she dies real soon.
That's pretty dang cool.
End quote from episode 1.
I guess so. Fucking Christ. It means somebody's gone back and listened to it. Sean Sitar, your thoughts?
I mean, that sounds funny.
The comment from Gregular420, quote, your username insinuates that Aces Radio was ever good. Follow-up from when Aces Radio was good, quote, this was before you joined the show, so yes, there was a time.
Holy shit.
Follow-up from user Morgan's soundboard. Boom, roasted.
The conversation is the best part.
Wait, what is that account called?
That account is called When Aces Radio Was
Okay.
Good. Yeah. John furiously scribbling the only name now. Moving on from user Weather Vane with 0 points, quote, with the exception of maybe the years preceding the French Revolution, 2018 may be the worst time for Precourt to flaunt himself as an out-of-touch rich dude. Inch wide, mile deep is his let them eat cake. Not that he'll be beheaded or anything, but I think his fate will be far worse. Being acquainted with Art Modell, what a legacy to leave your kids, end quote. Darby Schnarvis, your thoughts?
Very true, but kind of a Hotaki.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
How
all
much would that
100%
suck, though, to
behind.
think like that you took Art Modell, who everyone like hates, obviously, and you are now somehow worse.
Truth. Truth.
At least Art Modell got away with it.
Yeah, he did it at a time where there wasn't social media. Anthony Precourt is completely fucked for life. Like, his reputation is ruined, and by his own doing.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Moving on from user Ron T with 0 points. Welcome back. Top lad in the game. Quote, congratulations, Pam and Morgan, on the pregnancy.
This is fantastic.
Oh my god, I
Take
can't
it all
believe you
back.
guys didn't tell me.
Take it all back. Can one of you fine Aces Radio listeners write some nursery rhymes for Morgan featuring Crew Cat and Hot Snacks?
Guys heard it here.
Brent, your thoughts.
So Derek is going to have a brother, right?
God damn it, I can't believe you.
Brent always just coming in with these fiery, just like points.
I hate Brent. Every time he's here, I'm like, why is that guy? What's he doing?
That's what everybody says. It's all
Get on my video game server. We'll sort it out there.
Stranglor. Behind the B-dubs.
Yeah.
It's the only reason to go there.
Yeah. Nothing bad will happen, John, if you go to the B-dubs.
Just go there.
Yeah.
You won't be killed.
Yeah, just don't. Nothing bad will happen. But if you have
Meet
the
us
balls,
at them B-dubs.
come and get it, yo. Come to the B-dubs. Nothing bad will happen if you come to the B-dubs.
Motherfucking will it?
That's pretty dang cool.
Moving on from user Celebrity Tailgate with -1 points. Quote, when Morgan and Pam have their hot tub queso party, do you think we will have to worry about Snack showing up and crashing it? I mean, he loves him some queso. Also, can we make sure Drabby keeps his shirt on because no one wants to see all those wrinkles? And for the love of all that's holy, can we put together 9 solid minutes on Saturday and get a good win? End quote.
That's pretty dang cool.
Drabby Shranfus, your wrinkled thoughts.
As I get older, I plan on eating, and so I get really, really fat because that fights wrinkles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
Sad, failing, wrinkled. Gross. Moving on. Last hot take of the night comes from Ghost of Stern John with -2 points. Quote, hola, you shitlords. Fuck Precourt so very much. Save Crew SC yet? End quote. Sean Satar, your thoughts. You saved the crew yet?
No.
Oh, you almost burped.
I tried,
that
yeah.
Sweet. All
That
right.
was coming.
That is it. We have blood points to give away. Drabby Shranfus, the 40-year-old man-child. You have 2 points. They go to the following users, my friend.
All right. First blood point goes to Greeley Bad Ideas for breaking Morgan.
Yeah.
And then the second blood point goes to the. Hang on, I have to find the actual
You'll get there.
username. Shut the fuck up. the Aces Archive one.
What?
Because that was the you've almost wasted a day of your life, and so I think it's important to bring that back.
Yeah, that's true.
Congratulations, everybody! You've now wasted a week of your fucking lives,
Dude, Ace's Archive just like stealing other people's hot takes and like getting really close to top of the grand prize standings. Yeah. Well done, lad. Brent, you have 2 blood points. They go to the following users.
The first blood point is going to go to Ace's Archive.
Goddamn.
For pointing out how much of our lives we have wasted.
Truth.
My second blood point will go to When Aces Radio Was Good for that wonderful, wonderful roast of Greg Benson.
Lovely, lovely. Sean Satar, the wet boy, you have 2 points.
I'm really torn right now because I kind of actually wanted to see if I could use both of my points to instead take one away from someone.
That is a rule now. You can't do
Am
that.
I allowed to do that?
Yeah,
I really liked the When Aces back and forth.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to punish Freddie Ballkicker for making one more hot take.
Mm.
So I'm really torn. I think I'm just not going to... I think he's going to give a reprieve. I'm going to give 1 point to When Aces.
All right.
I have 2, right?
Yes.
Still? Okay, and then I want to give my other one to Greeley Bad Ideas.
Ooh. Fantastic. My first blood point goes to Darby Fan Club for the lovely Kellyanne Conway reference. Loved that. Loved it a lot. Note to everyone who's listening right now. Kellyanne Conway
more? What?
references
What's the note?
are good, and we like that. Second blood point goes to Vicious Bike. It is pronounced Vicious Bike, and Vicious Bike gets a blood point. Whoop! Okay, there goes that.
I really want John.
Can't believe you've done that.
Okay, well,
fantastic.
Morgan Hughes has pushed an incorrect button.
God damn it, Darby. This has been another edition of The Battle for Kellyanne Conway's Pride.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a manifesto? So let's make it
Very long outro, John.
the folks involved, since We started the jam into a world full of people who telling you what you can and can't do. Better recognize salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we doing what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh yeah, baby. No, you can't, Walter. Walter, you cannot. Walter, you are dead.
We got the grand prize.
God damn it.
I don't like new creepy ghost Walter.
Oh, hello. I'm a ghost. We have score predictions to update, lads. Last week, the guess. Who was that last week? Was that Travis Irvine? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Travis Irvine. You said it was going to be a 2-2 tie, Crewzers FC versus Chicago Fire. That was incorrect. First of all, they're in Bridgeview. Second of all, it was a 0-1 loss. You get 0 points, may God have mercy on your soul. Sean Sitar, the wet boy, a.k.a. the man who ruined the Nordic before the GCG bags, then ruined
That was
it
you,
again.
I think, wasn't it?
I've been reading on Big Soccer that it was you.
I'm sure they don't like me on Big Soccer at all, and that's fine.
You said it was going to be a 2-2 tie, and you were wrong because you're bad at this game. It was a 0-1 loss. You get no points, God mercy soul. Drabby Shranfus, the 100-year-old man-child, everyone's favorite ancient ruin. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie, my sweet, holy Lord Guillermo, baby, tiny infant Guillermo, 5 pounds, 3 ounces, swallowed in a cloth. That was
Swallow it?
He was being swaddled. That was very far from being true. It was 0-1 loss. You get no points, and God have mercy on your
A
stupid
lot of
old
people
soul.
are saying that was nearly correct.
No one
There
has
was
said
just
that.
one goal
I've been
off.
listening, and no one's talked about it. I talked to Dom Taberry on the phone today and Dave Holmes, and both of them said Drabby Shrimp is bad.
said, "Where's my grandson?"
No. Is that the ghost of Walter? Where's my grand... Morgan Hughes, continuing champion. Smells great. Great with kids. You said it was going to be a 1-1 tie, and my God, that was so close to being true. I mean, like 100 times we almost scored that goal. It would have been... You would have got 15 points, but you get 0 because you were pretty close.
15 points.
0. I almost did it, Darby. God mercy soul. Moving on to the overall standings in 4th place. Solana Max and Yvonne Seagull, a.k.a. Travis Irvine, the guest, 0 points. In 3rd place, amateur artist extraordinaire Sean Sitar, 10 points. In 2nd place, very far from 1st place, Drabby Shranvis, 100-year-old man-child, 20 points. And in 1st place by himself, alone, clearing the field. Really, pretty good
With
at
your
this.
smell?
Has never
The
lost
field
this
has been
contest.
cleared. Morgan walked past.
About to be 3 for 3.
Upwind.
In all of the contests, Morgan has won this.
Is this the
before.
thing we don't talk
in
over?
1st place, continuing champion, Morgan Hughes.
Yep, that's right. 25 points. Suck my ass. I'm a 3-4 man. So only if you're a girl. I don't.
Just watch.
No, man.
3-4 is the amount of games
Please
that
don't
he
suck my ass
gets
if you're a
incorrect
man.
with the predictions.
I'm not interested in that. I don't want it. I don't want my ass being sucked by you, Darby. Please don't. Now, if you're a girl, if you know any, tell them I'm down with that.
What about Jess?
Jess is fine. Jess is my autocorrect girlfriend that Pam knows about now. It's very unfortunate.
Yep, that's right. I'm sleeping with Jess. It was autocorrect failure, but I found one. 3-4 man.
Not digging for poop. I would never dig for poop. I would only dig for
That's turd bias.
vagina?
Poo digger.
That's right.
Right.
Moving on. We have a game this weekend, rough lads. Crewzers FC traveling to the greater D.C. metro area to take on the Unitedmans of the greater D.C. metro area. So Alex Thomas did not stop by to record the weather report today, Sean, but he left me a letter, which I then put into...
totally person that's a human and not a robot read it?
That's exactly right, John. In 3,
I love that person.
2, 1. Oh, there's a little bit of a pause here. I forgot
hit play.
Alert.
There it is.
Alex Thomas has entered
it's
the
going
game.
now.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain.
Greetings, lads. It's great to be here. How the hell have you been? The team will be traveling to Navy Marine Corps Stadium for a game against DC United at 7 p.m. this Saturday evening. This stadium is a mere 26 miles east of the now defunct RFK Stadium, former home of the United, and current home of Walter's dead, rotting corpse. The lads are in for some nice weather. The temperature at the state should be in the mid-60s and should stay warm throughout the match. The stadium itself is built below grade, so the gusty winds should have little effect on the game. Since I know all 17 of the listeners are wondering, the winds are going to be out of the south-southeast at 16 miles per hour, with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. As for me, I am on a scientific expedition. That's right, I'm currently conducting research at Stank Lake for 2 reasons. First, I'm doing some soil and water testing to make sure that the conditions are safe for humans, and any human-related activities such as lackluster tailgating. Secondly, I'm investigating reports of a white-faced clown with a red balloon that has been spotted in the tall grasses within a lake bed. Reportedly, the clown has been attempting to lure children into the lake with promises of fundamentals and smelling great. What I have encountered thus far is truly sad. There are empty cans of Ensure all along the bank, and as our viewers on Periscope know, Ensure is geriatric Gatorade. You'd think that the olds would know better than to litter. Sad. The weather here in Columbus will be rainy this Saturday. I hope to have all the trash picked up by then. So goodbye for now to the tens of dear listeners out there who have made yet another terrible choice. Best regards, Uncle Alligator.
Fantastic.
Oh my God, Alex has never sounded better.
Alex is an Australian woman.
I've always said it.
Oh, Drabby Shranfist.
If I wasn't Australian, why'd I be talking like that?
If I wasn't Australian, why would I sound like a woman from Australia? I like my way better, John.
Yeah, it's
Drabby
definitely
Shranfist. You'll be at the game this weekend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking for a really weird game. I mean, this is...
You want that?
Well, I'm expecting a really weird game. So this is now DC's second home game in its second stadium.
Yeah.
In basically, like a cereal bowl, from what I understand.
What?
Like, it seats like 5,000 people.
Built into the ground. It's much like Michigan Stadium.
Yeah, it's bizarre as hell. So I don't think, I don't think that home cooking is going to be working quite the same for them.
Yeah, it's not like they're familiar with the grounds.
I mean, to be fair, I doubt that, DC has 5,000 people in their real stadium in a given game.
Boom.
But still.
Roasting.
Like, it feels like it's just going to be really awkward for them. So I think given that we, have had a couple of losses dropped on us, I think the team should come out with an attitude, play aggressively, play like this is neutral site and or home team game.
Yeah.
Play to win.
This
is a game you need to come away with points for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it's a road game for both teams, basically.
Yeah.
It's a road team, or it's a road game against a shit team that isn't playing at home.
Still winless.
Yes.
No wins.
And might be...
Dead last in the league.
You never know. This could be Katie Mitchell boyfriend's last game at the helm.
Yeah. And our wingers, this is also when the wingers need to step up. It's
Pedro can't play like he did this past Saturday, which is another one of his returns to irrelevancy.
Yes. Yeah. This is the time in the season they have to really start putting it together. We need those options.
Yeah.
So this could be a good
If you don't want to get
opportunity.
replaced with a mid-season signing, let's see some shit from the wings. Brent, your thoughts?
I think this week, after last week's performance, which I watched up close and personal in fucking Bridgeview, which is a shithole.
Gross.
I'm looking to see some better passing. It wasn't just a Zach issue. The passes were bad all over the fucking field. I think Will might have been the only one that actually looked okay. So that really needs to change, especially with Greg's system. It's just so key. And DC sucks.
Yes, DC's
just
god-awful.
Call it like it is. Like, they are worse than Chicago, who also sucks.
Yeah.
So really need to pick it up and make sure you get points where you can.
Yep, agreed. Sean Sitar, Wet Boy, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I mean, these guys covered it. This team's bad.
Yeah.
It's like I said, an away game for both teams, basically, so there's really no excuse. This typical adage of drawing on the road doesn't apply here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I'm personally will be unhappy with anything less than a win.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't really refer to things as must-win games in this situation, but this is a must-win. Like, this team needs to win this game.
Yeah, it also would be a 3-game losing streak if, God forbid, they lose.
True.
And that's something that hasn't happened in a couple of years now.
True.
Yeah, considering we hadn't lost since August 5th of last year, to lose 3 in a row would be unacceptable.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, we've heard it, from Greg and from a couple of them that they know what's happening, obviously, and they know that they're out there fighting in a way that they haven't had to in the past because of the situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but last week wasn't good enough.
No, it was
If
not.
you guys care about stuff like you say that you do or that you hint that you do, it's got to be better.
Well, you're not going to be able to say it in the
You need
press.
to put in a
so
save the crew performance, not a fucking MLS to ATX performance.
If these guys can't say it in the press, then their only place to show is on the field. And I'm not giving them shit. I'm just saying, hey, come on. Let's beat the shit out of a team that really, really sucks. A team that hasn't beat us since, I believe, 2016.
The season's going to get harder. Yeah. These are the points that you need to take.
Our two big. What are we? Who are our DPs right now? Besides, Valenzuela's the third DP right now, right? Okay.
Young DP and then Higuain.
I don't especially remember him being bad or good last week, but I thought that both Pippa and Pedro were bad last week.
Valenzuela was good, better than Hector Jimenez, who is trash.
Yeah, but that can't be the case. Again.
Love you, Hector, even though you're trash. Hope you get that toilet shopping fixed, worked out. Hope you're in the get that aisle figured out at Meijer.
Pippa was lackadaisical with his movement and his passing.
He got frustrated really early. I noticed that in the game.
He doesn't have anybody to blame himself.
Yeah, be that as it may, he had that "I'm checking out" vibe about him pretty early on. So
if he wants to check out, we'll sign his replacement in June.
I don't like that. I don't want that. Moving on. Score predictions. Go around the table. Latin term podcast. So start with you, the lad known as Drabby Schranfis. Your score prediction, my friend.
All right. I have Columbus Crew 2 soccer goals, Navy midshipmen 1 soccer goals. Hashtag in the Navy. Hashtag Tiny Raccoon Fortress.
All right. The guest this week, Brent, you are in charge of predicting for the guests. Go ahead and give us your prediction. Get the guests back on the good track.
Did they take the raccoons on the road with them, you think? At least one, right? Just to feel at home. That's a chicken, Morgan.
No.
I feel like the raccoons probably got on a bus and rode it
like over a mini raccoon bus?
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah. Glad we figured that out.
I said my score, I wanted to put 3-0 because I feel like that's probably what it's going to be, but I have no confidence in anybody on the offense to finish because they haven't really looked good all year.
All right.
So I said 2-0, the A pre-court team against the Soon Xiong team, because apparently MLS investor operators are the only people that fucking matter.
Very nice. I like how you say all that stuff while not talking to the microphone. Pro.
Yeah.
He leaned to put his thing down.
But Periscope definitely got it.
Yeah. Periscope got it.
2-0 A pre-court.
Shout out to setting the table. Sean Sitar, the wet boy. Go ahead with your score prediction, my friend.
Yes, I predict a win. I just think it's inexcusable, and if it doesn't happen, and it should. So that's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting them to go gangbusters on this team, although they rightfully could. So I'm going to go middle of the road here with the victory and predict a 2-0. 2 save the crew, 0 Nazi birds.
Nazi birds, very nice. Okay, well, I'm going to stick with everyone else that's predicting 2-0. I say Crewzers FC 2, Evil Empire 0. Hashtag definitely only girls. I'm a 3-4 man, not gay at all. Hashtag digging for poop. Keeping that there. It doesn't have anything to do with the first hashtag. Hashtag double dick jack off celebration boy.
Which also doesn't have anything to do with the first hashtag.
It might. Hashtag Darbs fire dead hot dog boy. Hashtag save the crew. That's it.
Rough lad.
All right. Darby Shernan for Anfist. You got any volunteer opportunities this weekend?
We're going to be firing up another round of the ticket donation thing.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in having some people come to a game who couldn't otherwise, you can definitely be involved with that.
We're expanding beyond Chris, too, just so people are aware.
Yes. I don't know if we're announcing what the next thing is yet, but
I'll announce it right now. Would you like me to?
You don't know what it is.
I sure do.
No, you don't.
You're probably
what do you think it is? Why don't you go ahead?
I don't want to ruin it for you, John. It is the child house.
Yes, that's it.
Guess what, everyone? Child houses.
Know it.
It's parked. Yeah, it's the house you park your van at.
Yeah, it's next door to the
child house. Yeah.
Hey, drop your car off at the child house. We'll have it wash and wax in 20 minutes flat. That's their saying.
And also,
it's a shame they have to work.
The home game coming up, which I know we're a little bit ahead of, it's superhero theme. So start thinking about that in advance.
Ooh.
Start thinking about your Save the Crew.
If I don't see a black and yellow Superman suit with obviously the S standing for Save the Crew,
what's going to happen, John?
A lot of things. I don't want to ruin it for you, Morgan.
I don't want it to be ruined.
But that's the game on the 28th.
I want to be surprised.
Don't show up at the stadium this Saturday.
John ripped the guy's throat out. I was really surprised. It was wonderful.
There is actually another volunteer opportunity.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Brent.
So Fill the Fray Youth Outreach. We're trying to get a group to go to local youth tournaments, and there is one this Saturday if I can get some people to go with me.
Where is it?
It will be in Westerville.
Oh, shit. There you go. How do they get in touch with you, Brett?
Saturday. So you can find me on Twitter at BAM22542.
BAM22542. I can't believe that screen name wasn't taken.
It's a Russian bot, just like David.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, BAM22542.
Well, there you
Follow
go.
him on
There's
Twitter.
actionable shit for people to do. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You want to save the crew? Huh? You think you're hot? You think you got some good ideas? Go. Please do them. John Zadar, what's GCG Bat got going on this weekend?
I'm sure they'll be here acting like degenerates during the game.
Is that right?
Yeah, Ethan is the leprechaun is confirming.
The leprechaun saith, join us.
You can't bring
at Endeavor
Incinerator
Brewing
into the
Company.
bar.
You can, however, bring all of the stuff you tried to smuggle into Canada.
Oh my fucking god, roasted. Fun bus. You suck. The fun bus was the bus that was the best, and that's why we didn't get arrested. But there was a man hiding in the toilet. Tune in to episode 70 to find out what that means. If you've enjoyed the shit lottery on episode 80, I've got terrible news for you. It's over. On behalf of Eric Kress, Clark Beacom, dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns, has been ACES Radio. And all Lord Guillermo's people said...
Hello. Yellow soap.
Oh, I'm not dead.
God fucking damn it, Darby.
It lasted so long.
Why didn't you do that when I was saying ACES?
I really want John Zadar dead.
Why did you do that now?
What? I didn't say that. That was Glenn Tennis.
Say what? Is this the part that we don't talk about?
Is Glenn Tennis just secretly constantly on a
What's
fifth
the deal with that
microphone?
trophy
Yeah.
that's right there? That's kind of random. Morgan's never told that story before, right?
That trophy is I won that for being the best at something.
It looks like Anthony Precor gave you this
No,
trophy.
it says
That's
John
odd.
Zadar on
Are
the
you
bottom.
like good friends with him?
It just says John Zadar.
Awesome.
Now get that thing out of my fucking face. If you've enjoyed the second outro for this trash 80th episode, you have things wrong with your brain. My name is Officer Carol Seaver on behalf of all the rough lads at the table. This has been my distinct displeasure. Go fuck yourself. Hashtag MLS to ATX. Hashtag giant penis dog.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.